These my dollars make it hurt. These my dollars make it hurt. These my dollars make it hurt. These my dollars make it hurt.
West Jordan High School for tonight's playoff matchup between number 8 West Jordan and number 9 Bountiful. It's a 5A state playoff game here at West Jordan High. I'm Bryce Larson alongside my broadcast partner, Ron Weaver III. We'll bring you all of our action today here in West Jordan as we get into round 2 action of the state playoffs. West Jordan coming off of a bye in round 1, Ron, and Bountiful coming off of a 56-6 win over Clearfield last week.
Yeah, they just ran him. It wasn't even close. And I think they were missing even some star power, if I'm correct, in that game. So this Bountiful team is very dangerous, very balanced offensive attack, like how they move the football. This is going to be a tough game, I think, for West Jordan. Anytime I say, Bryce, you haven't played the week before, the other team, I think, has the momentum because they have a game under their belt. Their legs are a little bit more fresh than yours.
You mentioned Bountiful missing out on some of their star power last week against Clearfield. It was Fekiatoa who sat out with a lower extremity injury. We have been told by the coaching staff today that he should be suited up and ready to go, so we'll see if that is the case. You see the bracket there on your screen. This is the top left quadrant of that bracket with number West, who was in the same region as West Jordan. And you see them, they'll be taking on Northridge, and that's currently underway, so we'll get you a score update coming up throughout the game. And, of course, the bottom matchup here between Bountiful and West Jordan. The winner of those two games will meet up next week. We'll also take a look at the other portion of the bracket. This is the bottom left quadrant. See number 4, Orem with the bye last week. They'll take on Timpview. Timpview taking down Wasatch 40-15 a week ago. Then it was Olympus and Cypress that did battle 42-0. So now it'll be Olympus and Woods Cross on the bottom portion of the bracket. We saw that Orem team earlier this year, Ron, and that's a good football team. They could challenge for a state championship.
They definitely can, especially now that they got Kawhi Akana back. That was the first game we actually got to call. The kid committed to BYU, by the way. The 3, depending where you look at, maybe 4-star athlete. And they targeted him a lot in that game. And since then, he's been able to really turn it on this season. So I think now that Orem is fully healthy, they have all of their pieces in their arsenal. They definitely can compete for that state title.
No doubt about it. That's a look at the brackets. Now on to our game here, West Jordan and Bountiful getting ready with the coin toss at midfield. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back, preview this one a little bit more, and we'll have kickoff from round 2 of the Utah State playoffs right here at West Jordan High School on your home of Utah high school football, 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan.
The second someone says, "What's for dessert?" come through with Cake in a Box. It's the perfect anytime, anywhere treat, made to share and easy to store. Grab it, slice it, serve it. Baskin-Robbins, seize the A.
Yay! Digital advertising is like holding up a poster at a huge sports event in Utah County. Radio advertising is like being the stadium announcer at that event. Now, the stadium announcer tells everyone to look at your poster. That's exactly how radio and digital works together. We do both. Let 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan create a custom digital and radio advertising combo for your business. Get started now at espnthefan.com/contact. That's espnthefan.com/contact.
My name's Kyle Maloney. I'm one of the owners and partners of Dang Brother Pizza Utah. We have our vintage Mack 1977 fire truck that we put a Gosney wood-fired oven in the back of.
They're great. We're booking catering, we're booking festivals, we're booking birthdays.
Help build a vibe anywhere we are.
We started this and it's been a dream ever since.
When the going gets tough, the tough are already up and going. Because when the only way is through, you go boldly into the task at hand. With the right tool to accomplish the improbable. More muscle, more hustle, more accomplished. To you, it's just another Tuesday. Because if you have the will, we have the way. Accomplish more with a Bobcat loader or excavate.
I feel like nobody does pizza like we do pizza.
We started making pizza out of our wood fire oven, back of a fire truck. It seems like that's what everyone needs.
Welcome back into West Jordan High School for tonight's matchup between the visiting Bountiful Red Hawks and the West Jordan Jaguars. An 8-9 matchup in the second round of the 5A state playoffs. The winner move on to play against either West or Northridge. You see the weather up there in the top left-hand corner. 60 degrees Fahrenheit here at West Jordan High. So we get ready to kick off. We'll bring you YouTube coverage along with our ESPN The Fan mobile app all the way up until 6 p.m. And then at that point, we will also add on the radio coverage over on 103.9 and 98.3 FM. It's all brought to you by our friends over at Intermountain Bobcat. They've been serving Utahns since 1996. You can check them out in Orem, Ogden, and Salt Lake City. It'll be West Jordan to kick it off from right to left, as you see it on your screen there. Bountiful set to receive. The one thing to note about this field, Ron, it's the press box more specifically is set on the east side, which means the sun is right in our eyes. It's
Not
also going to
good.
be right in the eyes of your camera tonight too. So we'll get you the numbers as best as we can, but with that sun in our eyes, it makes it very, very tough. So we'll do it as best as we possibly can for you. West Jordan's got it teed up, ready to rock and roll. First quarter action set to come your way. Shoe meets leather, and we are off. Bountiful will receive it near the 5-yard line. They'll take it right up the middle, and a big gaping hole. A great start to the game as they get out past the 35-yard line, and that's where the Red Hawks offense will take over, Ron.
Yeah, it's a great kickoff return, especially with it being on the road. That's exactly the momentum you want. You lost the coin toss. Other team defers. You get it. So you want to go down and put points on the board.
This offense led by Malmrose at quarterback. He'll come out wearing the number 1 jersey here tonight. But it's the man in the backfield, number 0, Fekiyatoa. A run-heavy offense led by their best running back. He was injured, did not play against Clearfield last week. They fake it to him on the first play. They're going to go deep, wide open. Nobody's over there. It's caught down to the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Bountiful on the first play of the game.
That's just a busted coverage right there, Bryce. They don't get all the way over. Kind of like that first play of the BYU-Iowa State game. Safety doesn't rotate over, and they got a wide open man on the fly route. 6-0, Bountiful.
That pass from Malmrose on the first play of the game was caught by Tidwell, the 5'8" wide receiver. Good for a long touchdown to start this thing off. So they'll line it up for the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. And just like that, a 7-0 start. You couldn't draw it up any better for Bountiful.
You couldn't. That's again, it goes back to the kickoff. You have a good kickoff return to about the 30, and then you have the first play from scrimmage goes to the house for a touchdown. I think it was a 65-yard touchdown. So great start for Bountiful. Again, it goes back to what I said in our pregame show. When you've played a game before, you already are acclimated to playing West Jordan a little behind the sticks there.
Yeah, it could be that. It also could be that Fekiyatoa in the backfield right there, he got that play action handoff fake, right? And they went up over the top on that West Jordan defense. They run the ball so much, they probably just weren't even expecting that pass over the top.
No, that's why it was. The safety is completely looking downfield in the backfield at the running back, and then he comes up, and by the time he's looking up, the receiver's already 30 yards down the field. It's a great play call.
Just a reminder, our coverage of Utah High School football is also brought to you by Dang Brothers Pizza. You can check them out online at dangbrothersut.com. They specialize in catering and more, so make sure you check out our friends at Dang Brothers Pizza. That touchdown drive by Bountiful brought to you by Dang Brothers UT. Now a pause in the action. Seems like there's a little bit of confusion. West Jordan wants to swap a player out on that top line. They're going to need an answer. See if they can answer right back or not. The kick is off. It's a short one. West Jordan receives it just about the 30-yard line, and that's where they will take it out of bounds. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Big thing right here now, if you're the Bountiful offense, don't stress. Yes, you're down 7-0 to start the game, but look, it's the first play from scrimmage. There's a lot of football left. Focus on your offense and execute what you've been doing all season.
Yeah, that return by Jones as he took it a couple yards and stepped out of bounds. So now we will see this Jaguar offense led by Dunn at quarterback. See him coming over to the sideline talking with the offensive coordinator. Now he lines up in the gun. I believe that is Johnson out to his left. He'll drop back and pass off the play action right over the middle, and he overthrows his wide receiver, had him in stride, but couldn't connect.
Yeah, that's a great play call, Bryce. What they do is they run one shallow under, they run another diverting route, and then they let that post route open up, and unfortunately just overshoots him. He had him. If he hits him in the hand, he probably goes for a touchdown because the defender was at least a good 3 steps behind him.
That was Iapo, the intended wide receiver, up over the top, just couldn't quite connect with him. So 2nd and 10, they'll line it back up. Dunn drops back, now feeling the pressure, spins out of it, and he's going to get sacked. Brought down to the ground.
It's a great defensive play by the edge rushers. They set the edge, Bryce. Don't allow him to get outside. He tries to spin and keep him contained, and then by the time he moves up, he's already in the backfield for a loss.
No doubt about it. That was a good play, and it was made by Alsop on the defensive side of the football. Dunn kind of just spun forward and ran right into him in the middle of that pocket. There wasn't a lot of space for him to be able to go anywhere. Now Dunn drops back to pass. Throws it across the middle, and it's caught. Oh, now it's knocked away. Had it and dropped it. They're going to rule it incomplete. That was intended for Valenzuela. Across the middle. He couldn't quite hold on, and now it's going to be 4th and long for the Jaguars.
What a pass breakup there by Mertz. Comes across. He completes the catch, but hits him right away and slaps the hands down and makes sure that is not a completion. Wasn't a fumble because he didn't have progress of it, didn't take 2 steps. But, yeah, what a defensive play right there by Bountiful.
Taking a while to get that snap away. Now they finally do. The punt is up in the air. Bountiful back to receive, and immediately met on special teams is the return man Murdoch. Zeke Murdoch right there. He filled in well, really well a week ago for the hurt Fecchiatoa. They rolled to the victory in round number 1, did the Red Hawks.
Can I just give credit to Jaden Giles on that play? What a stick. To be blocked by, as a gunner coming down, that's difficult, and to come off that block and make that hit right away. That was a great tackle.
Now Bountiful will have it 1st and 10, although the Whitecap does want to come in and have a conversation. Let's see what that conversation is about. So 2 running backs in the backfield. 2 wide receivers at the top of your screen. Fecchiatoa back there. Now he's motioned out. They're going to throw it to him out on that far side. He tries to get up the field. There goes Fecchiatoa. Makes a man miss, and he'll get about 8.
Great play call right there for his first touch of the game. Bryce, quick bubble screen to him. He's able to get about 8 or 9 yards there.
Has a good little screen pass. 2nd down. That's what it will bring up for Bountiful. 7-0 lead if you're just joining us early on in this game. Bountiful went up over the top on the first play of the game. Made it a 7-0 ball game. Now here's a run off to the left. It looks like it's going to be good enough for the first down.
On the carry,
Once again, it's Fecchiatoa.
You already seen the difference of this offense with him back in the backfield. Catches the pass, converts to first down right there. And again, this is a team that beat Clearfield last year by a lot of points. So that just shows you how dangerous this Bountiful offense can be when he's back there.
Now penalty flags will fly. It's going to go against West Jordan. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. They'll do it again.
Yeah, just lined up too much in the neutral zone right there. Try to get that edge, lining up over the ball. Good play call by the official.
This will be first down and 5. If you're just joining us, under 9 and a half minutes to play here at West Jordan High School. Now we're going to have a false start. We're going to back it right back up. That's going to go against, I believe, Fecchiatoa, who is in the backfield.
Yeah, got to make sure when you're going to hard count, Bryce, you got it down right there. Shout out to West Jordan too, Bryce. They knew that they were going to get hard count, and they didn't move, didn't flinch, and then the offense flinches, and like 4 guys point and say, hey, look, we didn't move a mile.
Yeah, a lot of times you get that dummy count where they clap and then look to the sideline to see if they want to do a little check with me. That's what it looked like it was for the Red Hawks in that scenario. So we'll move it back. 1st and 10. We'll do it all over again. Right now, they're trying to reset the clock. So I think what is going on here. Still trying to figure out, I believe, what's going on here. Now the head umpire says, all right, 9:28 on the clock. That's good enough. Roll it on my whistle, and here we go.
Always got to make sure you have the clock in order.
So back in the gun is Malmrose. Now he drops back to pass. Drop it back further. It's a screen play, but the defender got his hands away.
By number 16 for the Jaguars, Lessa Missionare. Brings up 2nd down now for the Redhawks.
What a breakup there by Lessa Missionare. Runs, getting off the block, sees that the quarterback's dropping back, trying to drop the pass over him, jumps up, puts his hand up, gets the pass breakup there. The batted ball, excuse me.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Red Hawks. Fecchiatoa back, spread out next to Malmrose. They'll drop out right. Malmrose looking for a guy. Now he's going to run, and he gets backed up in the backfield for a sack.
He slipped right there, Bryce. He thought he had the angle. It looked like he did, but then as he's trying to make the cut, his right leg goes out from under him and allows Bountiful to be able to drop for a 5-yard loss in the backfield.
That sack's going to go as credited towards Boone on the play. Going to bring up 3rd and long. It's about 3rd and 14 or so. Now Malmrose drops back across the middle, finds his guy, but it goes in and out of his hands. Incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, that's a good play call there on 3rd. What I liked about Malmrose, he went through his progressions. Went to Fecchiatoa, didn't like it. Saw someone else, no, too tight of a coverage. Lets the play fully develop, and then is looking for his receiver right there, looking for number 22 on the play. Wasn't able to connect right there, but like that he went through his progressions, even though he couldn't complete to Satuala.
If you're just joining us here this evening, just barely underway, Bountiful scored on their first possession. West Jordan went 3 and out. Now they'll get their second possession after Bountiful is not able to move the sticks after a couple of mistakes. That time was fair caught. So that is where the West Jordan Panthers will take over for their second possession of this game. I want to let you know that radio coverage of tonight's game will commence at about 6 p.m. as the radio joins us in progress on 103.9 and 98.3 FM. For the time being, you can hang out with us here on YouTube and the ESPN The Fan mobile app. I'm Bryce Larson alongside Ron Weaver III. And Ron, what do you think West Jordan needs to do here to be successful?
Yeah, I think you just want to execute your game plan and stay to the run game. You missed the pass, you put yourself in second long. You got to run the ball if you're on second long. You can't go back-to-back pass plays. You have to keep to the ground game.
8:13 on the game clock. Now it's a handoff right up the middle, and it's going to go. We give him his progress. Will they give Johnson about a yard or so? They'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that's Brooks on the stop right there. Came right downhill and made sure that he didn't get loose.
Johnson, the lead back for this West Jordan Jaguars squad. He's had a great season in the backfield. They do like to throw it a lot with Dunn. They're confident in their quarterback. Here's a throw. He'll sling it right across the middle. It's the comeback route. Finds his guy and more for the first down. That is Tyson Dunn with the reception. The Dunn-to-Dunn connection moves the chains.
Look, little Dunn square action right there, Bryce. What I like about that was he saw pressure coming. He knew that they were going to bring pressure off the edge, drop back in a little zone coverage, drops it right over the middle.
Tyson Dunn, one of Dunn's favorite targets so far this season. We've seen that connection quite a bit. Now Dunn drops back. Bountiful brings the blitz. They got him a late flies in. I think they're going to get him for the horse collar.
Yeah, they're going to get number 78 for Bountiful on that. It was a great blitz, delayed blitz. They brought two guys to bring someone down the B gap right there, to bring someone on the edge. He's got nowhere to go, so it's a great play call defensively. But then he wraps him right back above the neck and pulls him down, and the sideline judge threw the flag immediately.
They are going to tag number 78, Hosea, with this penalty. We'll see if they decide to continue with it. A lot of conversation down there between this reffing crew. Here comes the call. Yeah, they're going to say it's a face mask.
Wow, that kind of looked like the Chase Roberts one in that BYU Iowa State game where the guy comes over the top and pulls you down. Look, the officials got to protect the players at all costs because that tackle, look, I love the play that he tries to sack him, but that's a dangerous tackle, Bryce. You could break someone's neck. No, that's not the intention of anybody to hurt anybody, but you got to protect the players at all costs.
Now West Jordan will have it after the 15-yard penalty. 1st and 10. A little bit of a mix-up between Dunn and Johnson. They get the handoff for a good gain. Cody Johnson gets about 6.
Good run play right there to get the ball to Johnson. Like you said, almost a little bit of a mishap. But it's like I said earlier, run the football. Now that they're running the football a little bit more, they're dropping in a couple of passes, balanced offensive attack. That's how you attack a good Bountiful defense.
For those of you wondering, most press boxes on the west side, that is so that the sun isn't right in direct of the press box or the cameras, but that's how it is here. Now this one gets tipped up and it goes incomplete, or did it get, no, they're going to say it was incomplete. Is batted at the line of scrimmage and it goes incomplete.
What a play. Almost catches the ball. He actually comes down with it in his hands, but then he doesn't control it going to the ground. It hits the ground and he almost controlled that. What a play. That's the second batted pass by this Bountiful defense. So you got to be a little careful right now. You know, if you're West Jordan, you can't turn the football over marching into the red zone.
So that will bring up a 3rd down situation. Be 3rd and about 4 here for the Jaguars. They do not want their drive to stall out. It'll be done with the quarterback keeper on the direct snap. He'll go out of bounds. And they're going to say it's going to be 4th down and about 3.
It's not a bad play call. I don't know if they fully executed the right way because, Bryce, anytime you're going to put your guard and go behind your tackle with lead blocker on a QB design run, which is a great play call, I think with Dunn, they just didn't get it done, no pun intended there, on that situation a little bit short.
Now, how about this? A lot of times the analytics will say if it's 4th and 3 or more, you kick the field goal, especially with their phenomenal field goal kicker. At one point, he went 44 straight extra points this season, did the West Jordan kicker. They're going to keep him off the field and maybe try and get him to jump off sides and take a timeout here, Ron?
Yeah, they're looking over to the sideline constantly. It makes me think this is a hard count, and they're just going to wait and then call that timeout and kick the field goal.
Dunn lines up. Nope, they're going to go for it here. He drops back. He's going to roll out right under pressure. Now he throws it up towards the end zone, out of the back of the end zone, and incomplete. West Jordan turns it over on downs.
Great fourth down stop for Bountiful. Again, they have all the momentum right now, Bryce. They have the kickoff return, first play from scrimmage for the touchdown, then they get a big fourth down stop. I think that might have been a mistake by West Jordan. Look, you take the points. I just heard someone in the crowd yell, take the points. I agree. It's too early in the ball game to be going for it this early on fourth down.
Head coach Ron Halbert with that decision early on. We'll see if it hurts West Jordan. As we mentioned, they've got a phenomenal kicker who has hit a lot of field goals from that range so far this season, and they elect not to go for the points in that situation. Down 7. Under 6 minutes to play here at West Jordan High School. Now Bountiful will take over. Snap. They'll give it off to Fecchiatoa, and he is bottled up near the line of scrimmage. And they're saying that the ball came out, but they're going to keep it Bountiful ball.
Hard to see there, Bryce, if that ball came out, but West Jordan was convinced they had a turnover.
They were. They're going to say that either his forward progress had stopped or he was down before it came out. So that'll bring up 2nd and about 10 for this Bountiful squad. Malmrose back in the gun with Fecchiatoa off his hip. 2 wide receivers to his left, 1 to the right. Tight end lined off the line. They're going to do the jet sweep. That's around the end. And there he goes, up the sideline. He's a speedster. And he's tackled hard out past the 25-yard line. That is number 17, Feller with the run.
What a play call right there, Bryce. They put a guy in motion, bring him across the formation. It's man-to-man coverage because he follows across the field. He follows them. Little touch pass right in front, kind of what the Kansas City Chiefs do. And a little jet sweep action goes all the way down the field. But give West Jordan credit. He tracked him down because that was going to the house for a touchdown if he doesn't make that stop.
There's a good run by Feller. A lot of speed around that edge. And it was a great block to play for Bountiful to get out in front of it, be able to push it down. Now the Red Hawks back in the gun. They hand it off right up the middle. Fecchiatoa gets met. Back up on his feet. Boy, you see the motor on him.
He's a little angry.
That's a hard run.
It's not just a hard run, a little angry because he didn't play last week. He letting people know, I'm not going to be an easy person to break down. Again, just want to give credit to West Virginia Giles on that play. I've given him a couple of shout-outs tonight. Hawking that guy down the sideline to prevent a touchdown. Again, they're still on this drive, but you never know. That could turn into no points or 3. So you got to give credit there because that keeps 14-0 would be tough to come back from down at home in the first quarter.
West Jordan, the number 8 seed in this matchup. Bountiful on the road is the number 9 seed. See, West Jordan was 7-3 on the year. Bountiful comes in at 6-5. Now, procedural penalty. That's going to probably go against Bountiful, and that's what they'll call a false start there.
Trying to get the hard count. You want to know something? I know I'm bringing a lot of college and NFL football references. Arizona, North Stafita, they're like double clap this year compared to last year with 1 clap. So the hard count is definitely a thing in football.
Now 2 running backs back in the gun next to Malmrose. It's Fecchiatoa along with Murdoch. They're going to give it off to Fecchiatoa. Right up the middle he goes, trying to find a hole. So far, it's been pretty well plugged by West Jordan. He's still pushing forward. Now the ball comes out, and it trickles out of bounds.
He's not happy that he fumbled the ball there. He thought he could break loose for a touchdown. I love when guys run hard, Bryce, especially running backs, but ball security is the most important. The more hard you run and guys are pulling you up and tugging and pulling, that ball becomes less secure. So got to be careful there.
So that will bring up about 3rd and 8 for this Bountiful Red Hawks offense. Malmrose in the gun, Fecchiatoa back there with them. A run-heavy offense in a passing position. Malmrose drops back to pass, throws it across the middle. Found his guy, stretches. They're going to call it short of the goal line, but what a catch across the middle.
It's a great concept. You put 2 on the left, 2 on the right, twins left, twins right. And then Satuala makes a great in-breaking route. A little skinny post action right there, gets his defender on the hip, and a great ball. I thought he got in, Bryce, but the ref said he's at the 1.
They'll be just short of that goal line, but it'll be a new, fresh set of downs for Bountiful. Now they'll line up in the heavy formation. 2 fullbacks and Fecchiatoa behind him. They're going to throw out of it. The fade to the goal line as Malmrose gets hit after he throws. That was quite the call out of a jumbo set.
That's crazy. With a jumbo set, you never think they're going to throw a fade around to Satuala. He breaks in thinking it's going to be a slant, and the DB breaks back on a late. Bryce, if he'd have broken on the ball early, that's probably a turnover. You got to run the football when you're on the 1-yard line.
The only guy out there was the West Jordan defender. Now they'll go back jumbo. Now they're going to hand it off to Fecchiatoa, and he scores easily. And just like that, Bountiful takes a 13-0 lead.
That tackle that Giles had didn't prove to be true. Bountiful ends up converting off it. Great play call. A little pitch jet sweep right there to go to the house. But I still think, you know, in that situation, you can't throw the fade route on the 1-yard line. If you're going to do it, you have to make sure it's executed to perfection. But luckily, they got the points anyway.
Now they'll line up for the extra point opportunity. 13-0 our score. Trying to make it 14. It is up, and it is good. So that'll make it 14-0 as Feller puts it up and through for Bountiful. 2:41 left here in quarter number 1, and Bountiful off to a great start.
I mean, if you're Bountiful, what better start could you have asked for? Your kickoff return from the first play to the first play of scrimmage. I mean, right now, the offensive coordinator for Bountiful, the head coach, they've outcoached everybody on.
It's now Bountiful up 14-0 with 2:41 left here in the first quarter of action. We appreciate you joining us, as you see there on your screen. Always brought to you by Intermountain Bobcats. Been helping homeowners and contractors conquer their projects since 1996. You can check them out in Oremogden and Salt Lake City, a proud sponsor of Utah High School football here on ESPN The Fan. Now set to kick off are the Red Hawks. Another short kick, but they're going to let it bounce to that back line. Here comes West Jordan on the return. He's tripped up. A great play. And a flag flies late from the back judge.
By number 20.
Yeah, I wonder what they're going to get in this, because after the tackle, there's some celebration going on, but it might even be before that, but it was a great tackle by the defender.
So that will go against West Jordan. So they're going to call a holding call.
With the call against the return.
An illegal use of hands.
Ball will be at the 9-yard line.
So now that's where West Jordan will pick it up. Behind 14-0, that's one thing you got to stay away from is those mistakes.
You're down 14-0 already. The last thing you needed on a kickoff was a penalty against you, and now you're back up inside your 20.
So it will be gun in the gun. He drops back, steps up in the pocket, fires it way downfield, trying to find his guy. Will he find it? He gets tackled. They're going to say they just got their feet tangled up. That ball intended for Iapo down the sideline. I don't know, Ron. That seemed like it was a little bit more than just some tangled up feet.
You saw my reaction. I got up and I could grab like I was the referee and said, where's the flag on that? I don't know if feet got tangled. It looked like he tackled him early. I thought Iapo had the space. I think the refs might have missed the pass interference there.
That might have been true. Down the sideline. I might test it once again. Won't lie. That ball gets put a little bit closer. And that might be a first down and more to Iapo if they can connect on that pass play. Dunn back in the gun. He'll drop back, looking for his wide receiver. Now feels the pressure. He's been under pressure a lot, and this time he goes down once again.
Bountiful's been putting the pressure the whole game. They do a great job of pressuring the pocket but allowing him not to escape, and how they keep him in. And by the time he moves up, it's already 3-4 seconds have passed, and they're able to get to him. Right now, if you're West Jordan, you want to get the ball out of his hand. Quick screen game action, slips by the running back. He's holding on to the ball way too long in the backfield, Bryce.
That was Tia that had and will be credited with the sack. And that's going to bring up 3rd and long. Just about 12 yards to go for West Jordan. Back in the gun. Dunn drops back to pass. Once again, scrambles out of the pocket. He's going to throw it sidearm to the sideline. Oh, that's a catch. They're going to give him the catch along that sideline. What a snack.
What a ball, Bryce. That's a ball to be rolling to your right. He's got pressure in his face, and he throws a dart like he's an outfielder trying to gun somebody down at home.
But wait just a minute. There's a flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. Oh, that one. It was the Dunn-to-Dunn connection on the sideline, and a holding call is going to go against West Jordan to erase the play.
It's nothing like missing the Dunn square connection, and then it gets called back for holding. By the way, that's 2 holding calls now on this drive if you include the kickoff. The kickoff backed them up inside the 20. Now this one negates a big first down play.
So now it's going to be 3rd and forever. As the Jaguars look to the sideline to try and get the play call from this coaching staff. As we mentioned, Ron Halbert, the head coach of these Jaguars, has been around 5 years, 33 career wins to just 21 losses. He's got the favorite in this game, but they're down. Now he's swarmed up once again, is done. Just outside of that end zone, and he's going to go down, and that'll bring up 4th down.
It looks like they were trying to run a quarterback draw run play on that, and it just didn't work out. When you run that, you want to give a little bit of a delay, but when you pull the guard in that situation, he has to get to the second level to make it work. You can't just run a QB draw and there not be a hold. That's unfortunate right there. I think the play call wasn't a bad idea, just not good execution.
All right, so the number 9 seeded Bountiful Redhawks have come in here and put up 14 points early. As the first quarter starts to tick away, under a minute to go. Now West Jordan all the way backed up in their own end zone. It's a good punt out towards the 40, where it's going to be returned, and tripped up will be Murdoch as he gets out across the 30-yard line.
Great field position right now for Bountiful. Look, you really don't go for a kill shot unless you're up 21-0 trying to make it 28. But right now, this is a great position for Bountiful. You've scored on 2 offensive possessions out of the 3 that you've had. You're at the 31 of the opposition right now. This is a great field position.
Yes, it is. And if you're just joining us, Bountiful scoring on the very first play of the game. They went up over the top, but a 65-yard passing play. It's a good throw by Malmrose to find his guy. Second one was scored just a couple minutes ago on the ground by Fecchiatoa. Now Malmrose rolls out, throws it towards the sideline, finds his guy on the comeback route. It's going to be a gain of 7 or 8.
It's a good pass play to roll outside, and see, that's a difference. As Tidwell catches the pass right at the 5'8", 140-pound wide receiver, will be a senior next year. You want to get the ball out of your hands quick right there, and that's what West Jordan is not doing. That Momstrom is getting the ball out of hands quick to those short routes.
That will bring us to the end of the first quarter of action. At the end of the first quarter, Bountiful, the number 9 seed, up on West Jordan, 14-0. We'll take a quick break and be back for second quarter action here on 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan.
When the going gets tough, the tough are already up and going. Because when the only way is through, you go boldly into the task at hand. With the right tool to accomplish the improbable. More muscle, more hustle, more accomplished. To you, it's just another Tuesday. Because if you have the will, we have the way. Accomplish more with a Bobcat loader or excavator.
I feel like nobody does pizza like we do pizza.
We started making pizza out of our wood fire oven, back of a fire truck. It seems like that's what everyone needs.
Back here at West Jordan High School, I'm Bryce Larson alongside Ron Weaver III. Second quarter action comes your way. Bountiful threatening to score. So they take it at second and about 4. Malmrose will give it off to Fekiyatoa. He cuts up field, makes a man miss. Now he fumbles. He puts it on the ground, and West Jordan picks it up. They're going to say he recovered it before it went out of bounds. West Jordan football.
I said it before when he did it on the last play on that drive. Look, I love if you run hard as a running back, but ball security is the most important thing. Fekiyatoa maybe a little bit too aggressive, doesn't keep control of the ball, fumbles, and it stays in bounds this time. What a recovery by West Jordan.
Well, we talked about it. He missed their first round matchup last week, did Fekiyatoa, with a lower extremity injury. Now he is back and running hard, but that is the second or third time he's put the ball on the ground. The first time the Bountiful Red Hawks have lost possession of the football, and that's our first turnover of this evening's football game. So West Jordan will take over deep in their own zone, down 14, trying to make something happen on the offensive side of the football. Dunn will take the snap, hands it off up the middle. That's Cody Johnson.
Ball handed off up the middle, number 2, Cody Johnson on the carry.
It's exactly what they needed right there was a 5-yard run, Bryce. They haven't committed to the run game as much. And when you're deep in your own end, you want to have a balanced running attack.
So the clock will run here. West Jordan looking for a fresh set of downs on second and about 3 or 4 or so. Now this time, the run up the middle goes nowhere. So that'll bring up third and closer to 4 now.
Give quarterbacks some options here. You can run the ball, maybe pass it, have a short out route. If you're going to scramble outside the pocket, you need a route that the wide receiver can run that gets you out of maybe pressure situation. He can't hold on to the football because every time he has, Bountiful's gotten home.
Dunn will take the snap, throws it out towards the sideline, just outside the reach of his intended receiver, which was Cody Johnson out of the backfield. That'll trickle incomplete, and that will bring up 4th down. So the turnover, and West Jordan can't quite capitalize on said turnover.
Yeah, 3 and out, not what you want if you're West Jordan after a big turnover, causing it in your red zone to get the ball back. That was the right play call, Bryce. He slipped out, he had him, he just didn't execute the throw.
We'll bring on the punt team for the Jaguars. Back deep to return is Murdoch. Now Murdoch chasing after that ball. It's going to bounce short. That is where Bountiful will take over. Just a heads up. Apologies for the camera side of things. That sun glaring right into the camera lens makes it really tough to see jersey numbers and everything else. We'll try and keep you up to date with the best jersey numbers as we can. They've got the booth on the east side here at West Jordan. Most booths are on the west side. But that means we're just staring right into that sun.
Luckily, we got a better view than the camera. You know, hopefully my eyes can work better than that camera lens. Hopefully so. If it's not, then I might have to go to the doctor, Bryce, and get that checked. I'm still under 30.
Well, I'll tell you what, it is it's tough to see these jersey numbers right now with that sun bearing down on us here at West Jordan High School. Malmrose in the gun. He's got Fekiyatoa out to his left, coming off the fumble. They're going to give it to him. Gets spun around, and he'll be brought down about 2 yards on the carry.
He might have another turnover in this game, and I don't want to speak ill or badly of the kid. You got to protect the ball. He's kind of running freelance out there when he gets bounced up. He turning around. That ball's not secure, and that could cost you in these playoff games. Possessions are limited.
Comes a second and about 8 play. Malmrose will drop back. Looks to the sideline. Completes the pass on the far side before he gets taken down.
What a pass, Bryce. There was pressure in his face. The offensive lineman did the best job of making sure they blocked all the way through, didn't hold, and he stood in there, took a shot, and delivered a dime for the first down.
That was Feller once again on the reception, the 5'7" wide receiver. He has been all over the field so far. Caught that big play up over the top, 65-yard touchdown to get the scoring started. Now Malmrose will drop back. He'll go up over the top once again to the end zone. Back corner. Did he catch it in bounds? Waiting for the signal. Yes, touchdown. Redhawks. What a catch.
What a ball again. I was waiting for him. I saw him going back to the pylon. He's tailing back. The ball goes up, gets both feet down, and hits the pylon. That's good in the NFL for 6.
Just incredible work on that far side. I believe it was White, number 88, with the catch, the 6-foot wide receiver, to make it a 20-0 ball game.
What a throw.
So they'll once again line it back up for the PAT. The kick is up, and it is good. So that'll make it a 21-0 ball game after the kick splits the uprights from Coleman. Coleman so far 3 for 3 on his point after tries. Well, it's been an impressive start for Bountiful so far, Ron.
Yeah, I mean, again, great start picking right up where they were from last week. And mind you, they were out Fekiotoa last week, and they got him back. And, I mean, he has a touchdown to start off in this game in the first quarter. He ran it in for a 1-yard rush. But, again, the hot start, the kickoff return, the 65-yard touchdown to begin the game, and then the 4th down stop, the short field. West Jordan has handed them a couple of short fields. But for the most part, it's been all Bountiful this game.
So now Bountiful will kick it off. West Jordan receives the football. They're going to get out across the 40-yard line or so. Excuse me, around the 25 or 30-yard line. In dire need to move the ball here, Ron. Down 21-0. Coming off the bye last week. Got to find something here with the offense.
Got to get a score here. If you don't, you have to think that Bountiful's going to try to go for that kill shot early.
Now Dunn will step up in the pocket. He's going to try and run it as a flag flies. Got to think that's going to be against the offense.
Yeah, that one might be coming back. And it's great because he actually got up in the pocket early and was able to scramble for about 6 yards, but looks like that's coming back.
I think the signal is going to be holding against West Jordan. They're just asking the Bountiful sideline if they want to accept the penalty or not.
Up 10 yards and repeat 1st down.
That will be the call. So they'll back it up 10 yards. Now it'll be 1st and 20. This has been the story of the evening so far for West Jordan. Too many mistakes, too many penalties, and they just haven't been able to effectively move the ball.
No, when you have procedural penalties and you're already down and their offense is moving, your defense is not able to get a stop, a 3 and out, it just builds up, Bryce. It starts to snowball, and it's starting to get there. Bountiful, if they get another stop here and get the ball back and West Virginia can't score, you have to think that this game, might be a blowout going into halftime.
Well, we appreciate you joining us right here on the ESPN The Fan YouTube page. Radio coverage of this game will join us coming up at 6 p.m. We'll be on 103.9 and 98.3 FM across the state of Utah. Now Dunn's going to hand it off to Johnson, and 2 Bountiful Redhawks are right there to make the stop at the line of scrimmage.
When you're pinned inside your own 20, Bryce, and you don't have a play call to throw the ball, it just allows the defense to sit back and pin their ears and load up. And You know, you're going to need your best play call probably right here to get you out of a 2nd and long.
Manu Tia on the stop, big number 72. He's been in the backfield quite a few times tonight already. Want to remind you, if you're watching over on the YouTube page, make sure you download the ESPN The Fan mobile app. You can catch us on the go wherever you go. Now a screenplay to try and make back most and the majority of the yards. Tyson Dunn scampers for quite a few, but it's still going to bring up 3rd and about 13.
Little tunnel screen action gets you about 8 or 9 yards. Still 3rd and long, but you got a decent amount of yards back there for you to be able to throw the ball here.
Do want to remind you, not official clocks on our stream here tonight. Just keeping it as close to the official time as we possibly can. So it might be off a couple of seconds or so. Now Dunn's going to toss it out towards that sideline. Scampering up that far sideline is Johnson out of the backfield. Cody Johnson gets about half of it back, but that's not going to be enough for a 1st down. So it'll be about 4th and 5.
And they're going to go. He was looking over to the sideline if they were going to bring the punt team out, and I didn't see any wave of special teams going out there. They're going to go for this, Bryce.
Well, we saw that earlier. Decision by head coach Ron Halbert to go for it instead of take the 3 points. They did not convert. That was a 4th and 3. Here's a 4th and 5 in the gun. Dunn claps, now looks to the sideline. So they go check with me. Play clock continues to roll. Game clock approaching 6:30. Dunn drops back. He's going to dump it off to his running back. That's Johnson. He's got to make a man miss. Does. But the cavalcade comes, and it's going to be close. Do they move the sticks? They're saying wait right there. Now they're going to give him the 1st down.
Close right there, playing it real close. Hey, shout out to Johnson on making a guy miss, because if he doesn't, Bryce, he's 2 yards short. He's able to get forward progress, and they're able to give it to him. Both officials confirm. And look, if you wouldn't have got that, that'd have been a bad series of events, because he'd be like, should have took the 3 points. But they had no choice but to go to it down 21 on 4th and 5 in their own end.
That's exactly right. That's what you want to do with your athletes out on the field. That's what West Jordan loves to do on the offensive side of the football. Get the ball to the athletes in space. And that's Cody Johnson. Now Dunn will take the snap, fake it to the crosser. Now under pressure, runs to the side. And instead of throwing it away, he takes the sack deep beyond the line of scrimmage.
That's so unfortunate, and I know why West Jordan is upset right now. He should have thrown it out of bounds. You got to. But the official actually gets in the way as the wide receiver is rerouting. He's running back left and bumps it to the official. He's about to let it go, Dunn. He said, actually, no, I can't, because no one's going to be there. And that's just an unfortunate play. Sometimes officials get in the way, because if he's not, that's a completed catch and maybe even a 1st down.
Well, tell me if you've heard this before tonight, Ron. 2nd and long for the West Jordan Jaguars.
I've heard 2nd and long a few times come from you, and I've watched it a few times myself.
So once again, try and dig themselves out of a hole, and it's a deep one. About 17 to go for West Jordan. Dunn will take the snap. They'll fake the pitch. Now try and go the other way, and he throws that one away.
Yeah, I don't know if the pitch play was he was supposed to go and the guy slipped and fell down, or if he was going to block, but there was no one in that vicinity at all.
For the Jaguars.
Hopefully, as this game progresses, that sun goes down a little bit more and gets out behind those mountains so that we can bring you a clearer picture on the YouTube side of things. Just staring right into that sun, you see a tough picture for you there, but we'll continue to work on it. Try and bring you the best picture that we possibly can. Now 3rd and forever. Dunn under pressure. 3 Bountiful Redhawks in the backfield. He throws it up. Finds his guy. A 1st down. That's number 0, Fale.
What a play. Off his back foot, he's got like 3 or 4 Bountiful defenders in his face. Says, look, I'm going to turn, step up now after rolling to my right, take a hit, and he completes a great completion for about 30 yards down the field.
That was Baker Mayfield-esque, running around and throwing it up to find a guy down the field. Fale for a 30-plus yard gain.
And Fale with the Baker Mayfield celebration. Did the little point for the 1st down afterwards.
That's exactly right. 1st and 10, a new set of chains for the Jags. They desperately need to get into the end zone before half. Now a big run right up the middle. He bowls over a guy getting up to the 20-yard line. That's Falau with the carry.
That's who they were supposed to find the first time on the reroute was Falau. He had bumped into the official, didn't there, but I'm glad he was able to get the ball right there and make up for it there.
Now Johnson checking back into the game to the left hip of Dunn in the gun. They'll hand it off to him. Tries to find a hole, but a host of white jerseys are there.
Reason why West Virginia's having a lot of success, Bryce, 2 pass, 2 run. Again, balanced attack. When you just try to drop back and pass, it doesn't help you. They've committed to running the football now. I would love to see a few more runs from this West Jordan offense on this drive.
Carter Brooks on the stop for the Bountiful Red Hawks. See now the shade starting to come in. As West Jordan looks to try and score the double move to the back of the end zone. No, but a flag comes in. Who's it going to be on, though? Because that was a full stiff arm from the wide receiver. We'll see who this goes against.
A lot of hand fighting there.
2 referees on the back are going to come together. A short conversation. They'll relay it over. Will be pass interference on the defense. So it'll go against Bountiful. That means a fresh set of downs for West Jordan. Just what they needed.
Line. Jaguar.
So now 1st and goal. Dunn in the gun. Johnson next to him. They're going to run the quarterback run to the left side, and he's going to get a couple of yards. So we push towards halftime.
To the bottom of the pile. Down.
That will bring up 2nd and goal. That clock continues to tick as we get closer and closer to the 2.5-minute mark. Now the snap. And he goes down. A sack for Bountiful when they needed it the most.
Loss of 5 on the play. 3rd down.
So that will be a loss of 5. And a timeout comes in. So
Sip into that refreshing island life with bold and spicy flavors.
When the going gets tough, the tough are already up and going. Because when the only way is through, you go boldly into the task at hand. With the right tool to accomplish the improbable. More muscle, more hustle, more accomplished. To you, it's just another Tuesday. Because if you have the will, we have the way. Accomplish more with a Bobcat loader or excavator.
all right, back here at West Jordan High School. West Jordan threatening to score in a 21-0 ball game.
They're in 2-minute drill right now, Bryce, and they desperately need to score. Bad.
So West Jordan will line it back up in the gun. You can see there the shadow's really bad as that sun starts to set in the west. Once it gets down, we'll be able to bring you a clear picture. We apologize for the technical difficulties. Now Dunn steps up in the pocket, looking, still looking. Once again, multiple Bountiful Redhawks as he gets thrown down and a flag flies.
He's so lucky that the refs are going to bail him out right there. He's got 2 receivers yelling for him to throw the ball. Dunn's got to have better pocket presence. He's lucky that the Bountiful defense made a mistake there.
So it'll be a face mask against Bountiful. That'll give them, once again, another opportunity. See it. Should be a replay of the down, unless that's an automatic first down here. We'll see. But about 1:55 left, under 2 minutes to go here in quarter number 2 as we push towards halftime. Stick around. We're going to have a halftime show right here, brought to you by our friends over at Murdoch Ford of Santaquin, a proud ESPN The Fan sponsor. So we throw it back to our Santaquin Ford studios. Now we're going to get the official call from the head umpire. The face mask on the defense.
After the penalty, that results in a first down for the Jaguars. First and goal from the 9-yard line.
So they are going to, well, we got third down on the far sideline. They announced first down in the stadium, but we got third down here. Now the throw to the pylon. Incomplete. What a play on the far side. The intended receiver, just couldn't quite connect there.
It's a good play call. It's a good ball there, and just couldn't get it. The DB a little late. The ball actually goes through Oppo's hands, so I didn't think it was a bad play call or a ball. Just couldn't come down with it. Now it looks like they're going to take the points.
Elected not to take the points earlier on in the game. Now they're going to decide to do so here. Snap down, but a flag comes flying in. Procedural penalty.
Looks like it's going to be on Bountiful.
As Hunt was out there to attempt it. Still going to be fourth down. Going to be a little bit closer here. As I mentioned, Hunt has been one of the best kickers in high school football this year. Made about 44 straight PATs earlier on in the season.
And you would think if you would have brought him out there earlier, if he makes this, maybe it's 21-6, then 21-3 potentially.
That's right. But now it looks like they might be pulling this kicking team off the field. Said, we'll get to a point after the PAT range, and no, maybe we'll pull you off the field here. Try and go for it.
All I can say is this, Bryce, is that if they go for it and don't get it, you and our production crew today and myself, we might be chuckling because the fan underneath us says take the points. He might not be too happy if they go for it and miss.
So 1:37 left here in the first half of play. Still fourth and goal. We'll see what West Jordan elects to do out of the timeout. Hunt is still out there on the field, Ron. So you got to think that, no, they're going to pull him off of the field. Put the offense back out there. Dunn comes out alongside Johnson. They feel like they will be able to score a touchdown with this possession. Down 21-0. This is a massive point in this football game right now. Dunn in the gun. Now a timeout comes from the West Jordan sideline. They didn't like what they saw there, Ron.
Sip into that refreshing island life with bold and spicy flavors, real juicy fruit, and a new twist you can't resist. Get on island time with refreshing bevs at Baskin-Robbins. Seize the A.
Utah High School football proudly sponsored by Baskin-Robbins. Make sure you stop on in to any Baskin-Robbins location up and down the Wasatch Front. All right, here we go once again. West Jordan coming out of the timeout. Didn't like what they saw the first time. They're going to reset it. And they're still going to try and go for it. A massive point in this football game. 1:37 left here in the second quarter. 21-0 your score. Dunn drops back. He'll scamper out to the left. Throws it up in the end zone. A one-hand grab. A flag flies. We'll see if it stands, but what a catch by Valenzuela. Oh my goodness, what a touchdown from Valenzuela.
That's a HE double hockey stick of a catch. My goodness, we got kids listening to the program today. Valenzuela one-handed, probably a pass interference too, and he comes down with, I don't know how Dunn made that throw.
As we welcome in our radio audience on 103.9 and 98.3 FM across the state of Utah, we're live here at West Jordan High School. 1 minute and 26 seconds left here at West Jordan. A touchdown just happened. 21-6 our score. Valenzuela with a one-handed grab makes it 21-6 in favor of Bountiful. West Jordan going to line up Hunt out there to try and kick the PAT. Ron. What a catch right there.
Better looking than Jordan. How dare you?
My bad.
No, you're okay. JB's a good-looking brother, too. I love his long hair.
Hey, when you do a radio show with the guy every single morning, you just get used to calling his name out. That PAT from Hunt is up and good. That'll make it 21-7 ball game here at West Jordan with 1:26 left before the half.
100%. Look, I don't know if I liked that they had rolled him out there on fourth down. The guy next to me, part of the production crew, we both were nodding our heads. We didn't know if it was going to work out too well. Then he's back scrambling, running for his life like Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Throws it up, a Hail Mary, and then Valenzuela says, I got you, brother, don't worry. Touchdown stands. Hey, this is a ball game again, Bryce.
For our radio audience that's just joined us here live from West Jordan High School, we appreciate you joining us. We're now underway here in the second quarter. I want to remind you, Utah High School football on ESPN The Fan is a title sponsor. As Intermountain Bobcat. It's a title sponsor of 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan's coverage of Utah High School football. Appreciate Bobcat and their love for the state of Utah, along with Utah High School football. Check them out, located in Orem, Ogden, and Salt Lake City, up and down the entire Wasatch Front. The action will happen from left to right as you hear it on the 103.9 and 98.3 FM dials, and we see it over on YouTube and the ESPN The Fan mobile app. That kick from Hunt goes out of the back of the end zone for a touchback, where the Red Hawks will take over at the 20-yard line, up 21-7.
We're excited for tonight's halftime activity.
Stick around for our halftime show, live from our Murdoch Santaquin Ford Studios. Check out Santaquin Ford, just barely opened up down there. The Murdoch Auto Team, proud sponsors of ESPN The Fan and our studio sponsor. So we'll throw it back to the studios for halftime coming up here. Now a late player runs on for West Jordan, and it's tipped up in the air. Ooh, a dangerous play. It'll go incomplete.
Very lucky that ball went behind. If that ball would have went to the middle, man, could you imagine West Jordan getting a turnover with 1:23 left inside the red zone? Man, playoff football, folks.
Yeah, they got to be careful to not turn this football over in their own red zone. First play of the game, we'll recap a little bit for the radio audience now joining us on 103.9 and 98.3 FM here across the state of Utah. Down here at West Jordan High School, where Bountiful leads 21-7, is Bountiful that scored over the top a 65-yard first play touchdown. As Malmrose drops back, now the ball's out. West Jordan scoops it. It's the big man. They're going to take over inside the 15-yard line as Malmrose just dropped it.
What a play.
Musieri gets the scoop off the fumble And now the Jaguars are in business. Down 21-7 just before the half.
Totua was the one that had that forced fumble right there, trying to get out of pocket, hits him. Ball comes out. It is a strip sack, and then they recover. I just mentioned last play, you don't want to do that. Bryce, this is now a kill zone. West Jordan can really get back in the football game if they score here.
They really need to score a touchdown to cut this to a one-score lead. Things not going Bountiful's way in the last couple of minutes. So mention, want to recap a little bit more for you. It's been all Bountiful to this point. West Jordan has had a really big struggle at moving the football and matriculating it down the field, and they continue to have mistakes and penalties. We'll see what they can do here. Dunn hands it off on the end around. That'll go to Iapo, who runs the guy over, but it's not going to be a gain of anything as he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
You can truck anybody you want. If you got no yards, you did nothing for you.
Now, just as that sun sets across the West Mountains, the temperature starts to plummet. It just got chilly up in this broadcast booth as we have the windows open so you can hear it as we see it.
Feels great, though, Bryce.
The clock continues to run under 40 seconds. Now they're going to toss it to the end zone. Incomplete as he was looking for number 1, Julian Valenzuela, who had a one-handed touchdown grab just a couple of minutes ago. So that'll stop the clock at about 35 seconds. Now they're going to reset the clock officially to 34 seconds. A reminder on our YouTube stream over at ESPN The Fan on YouTube. Our official clock, not official. Trying to keep it as close as we possibly can. Right now, the official's clock showing 37 seconds. Dunn will take the snap in the gun. Couple wide receivers out to his right. Now he steps up and he's going to run. He'll get a gain of about 3, but now they're going to have to hurry. Here comes the line change as the clock continues to tick. 23 seconds, 22, 21. Hunt gets out there. He's a great field goal kicker. They're going to try for the field goal. Snaps good, holds good. Kick is up, and it is good. It'll make it a 21-10 ball game with about 10 seconds left to go.
Yeah, it's good to get points out of that situation. They had plenty of time. They had about 18 seconds to snap that ball. They snapped it a little bit in a hurry, but they had plenty of time there. People might not understand, hey, why didn't they spike the ball at Bryce? Why didn't they spike the ball run? Well, it's 4th down. Couldn't spike the ball. Spike it, it's a turnover, so they had to get points right there.
Well, we have the opportunity to do so. I want to remind you about our friends at Baskin-Robbins. Stop on into any Baskin-Robbins location here in the state of Utah and let them know you saw them on ESPN The Fan, part of our ESPN The Fan coverage. So that'll make it a 21-10 ball game. 10.6 seconds left on the official scorer's clock. West Jordan's going to kick it off as Hunt gets ready to line it up. As a reminder, West Jordan came in as the number 8 seed. Bountiful, the number 9 seed. See their records there on your screen over on the YouTube page. 7-3 overall record for the Jaguars as this one squibbed right up the middle. Bountiful and Murdoch will scoop it up. He'll go right up the middle. A lot of room to run across the 50. Now to the 40, and he gets tripped up. The clock almost expires, but there is a flag behind the play.
Down to the 40-yard line.
Way back at the 40-yard line, we are going to have a hold against Bountiful. So this one and this long return to finish off the half is going to get negated. So that'll bring it all the way back
Only takes place at the 40-yard line. Now that brings up 10 yards.
to about the 30-yard line of Bountiful.
The 30-yard line.
And not even a second left on the clock. So you probably could see him come out and take the knee and head to the half. Ron, what'd you like about the first half of play so far?
Man, that was a tale of definitely a whole 2 quarters and 4/5, honestly, into the last 2 minutes. Honestly, looked like Bountiful was about to run away with this, and then West Jordan goes down, gets a score, gets a very important turnover, and went from a 21-point lead to an 11-point lead, much needed for West Jordan going into halftime.
They will line up to take the knee with less than a second. They're going to put a second and a half back on the clock, but they'll end up taking a knee anyway. They do so, and that'll take us to the half. Well, we appreciate you joining us over on 103.9 and 98.3 FM, along with our YouTube page and the ESPN The Fan mobile app. I'm Bryce Larson, alongside Ron Weaver III. We'll now throw it over to our Santa Quinn Ford studios for your halftime update. And I believe Zach Robinson's going to step on in to do halftime as well. Your score at the half, Bountiful 21, West Jordan 10. We'll be back with your halftime update next on 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan.
When the going gets tough, the tough are already up and going. Because when the only way is through, you go boldly into the task at hand. With the right tool to accomplish the improbable. More muscle, more hustle, more accomplished. To you, it's just another Tuesday. Because if you have the will, we have the way. Accomplish more with a Bobcat loader or excavator.
If you've been in an auto accident, the stress can be overwhelming, and you have so many questions. Before you start calling attorneys for answers, call Jay at autoinjuries.com. They're your single point of contact. Jay and his team will evaluate your medical needs, coordinate vehicle repairs and rental vehicle, and if necessary, connect you with a pre-vetted top Utah attorney. Autoinjuries.com will save you time, stress, and get your life back on track. Autoinjuries.com.
The second someone says, "What's for dessert?" come through with Cake in a Box. It's the perfect anytime, anywhere treat, made to share and easy to store. Grab it, slice it, serve it. Baskin-Robbins, seize the A. Yay! Sip into that refreshing island life with bold and spicy flavors, real juicy fruit, and a new twist you can't resist. Get on island time with refreshing bevs at Baskin-Robbins. Seize the A. Yay!
Digital advertising is like holding up a poster at a huge sports event in Utah County. Radio advertising is like being the stadium announcer at that event. Now, the stadium announcer tells everyone to look at your poster. That's exactly how radio and digital works together. We do both. Let 103 know.
Welcome back to West Jordan High School. I'm Zach Robinson here to give you some score updates from around the state in the second round of the high school playoffs. So here we go. In 6A, Weber lost to Harriman 62-32. Syracuse beating Westlake 31-28. Lone Peak beating Farmington 41-14. American Fork currently leading Lehigh 21-20. Corner Canyon defeated Layton 63-9. And Skyridge beating Copper Hill 63-3. Right now, Davis leading Bingham 42-21. And Mountain Ridge leading Riverton at 28-21. In 5A, Brighton defeats Granger 49-8. Woods Cross leading Olympus 14-6. Fremont is down 3 to Alta 27-24. Orem leading Timpview 26-10. West at half leading Northridge 49-7. Box Elder defeated Westfield 35-13. Springville currently leading Spanish Fork 28-14. And then 4A, Provo leading Salem Hills 38-6. Hurricane leading 29-0 over Highland. Pineview down to Skyline by 7, 21-14. Timpanogah is down to Crimson Cliffs 34-19. Green Canyon leads Snow Canyon 23-13. Park City leads Skyview 23-7. Stansbury up 35-21 against Mountain Crest. Ridgeline up big on East 73-7. And 3A Morgan up 49-14. Excuse me, that was final now. 49-14. Cedar City up on Ogden 49-14 in the fourth quarter. Manti up on North St. Pete 48-10 in the third quarter. Dwab up 20-6 on Grantsville with the fourth quarter starting up. South Summit is at American Leadership. They defeated them 55-20. San Juan defeats Judge 77-2. Delta defeats South Sevier 42-35. Summit Academy 41-14 leading Emory in the fourth quarter. And then Rich defeats Water Canyon 55-14. Milford defeats Utah Military Camp Williams 57-0. Kanab up 49-0 on Gunnison Valley. Beaver defeats Parowan 49-0. North Summit currently down 2 to Millard 14-12. And Duchesne 42-0 against Enterprise in the third quarter. All right, that's my halftime scoreboard update for you. Gonna go break real quick, and we'll give it back over to Bryce and Ron. You're listening to high school football right here on 103.9, 98.3 ESPN The Fan.
Going golfing. Oh! Off to golf.
You're picking that up.
Off to the range, honey.
Bye.
Whoa! Oh, that was close. Glad you got the backup camera installed.
Yep.
You don't need a new car to have new car technology. Let the Warehouse, Sound Warehouse, install it today.
Every season, every game, every mile. Parents make the drive. Through city streets, mountain passes, and desert roads, you get them there. The Ineos Grenadier, tough, reliable, and ready for anything. It's not just about getting from point A to point B, it's about showing up together. The Ineos Grenadier, built on purpose, ready for whatever's next.
I feel like nobody does pizza like we do pizza.
We started making pizza out of our wood fire oven, back of a fire truck. It seems like that's what everyone needs.
When the going gets tough, the tough are already up and going. Because when the only way is through, you go boldly into the task at hand. With the right tool to accomplish the improbable. More muscle, more hustle, more accomplished. To you, it's just another Tuesday. Because if you have the will, we have the way. Accomplish more with a Bobcat loader or excavator.
My name's Kyle Maloney. I'm one of the owners and partners of Dang Brother Pizza Utah. We have our vintage Mack 1977 fire truck that we put a Gosney wood-fired oven in the back of.
They're great. We're booking catering, we're booking festivals, we're booking birthdays.
Help build a vibe anywhere we are.
We started this and it's been a dream ever since.
These my dance make it hurt. These my dance make it hurt. These my dance make it hurt.
Second someone says, "What's for dessert?" Come through with Cake in a Box. It's the perfect anytime, anywhere treat, made to share and easy to store. Grab it, slice it, serve it. Baskin-Robbins, seize the A.
Yay!
Digital advertising is like holding up a poster at a huge sports event in Utah County. Radio advertising is like being the stadium announcer at that event. Now, the stadium announcer tells everyone to look at your poster. That's exactly how radio and digital works together. We do both. Let 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan create a custom digital and radio advertising combo for your business. Get started now at espnthefan.com/contact. That's espnthefan.com/contact.
I feel like nobody does pizza like we do pizza.
We started making pizza out of our wood fire oven, back of a fire truck. It seems like that's what everyone needs.
when the going gets tough. The tough are already up and going, because when the only way is through, you go boldly into the task at hand.
My name's Kyle Maloney. I'm one of the owners and partners of Dang Brother Pizza Utah. We have our vintage Mack 1977 fire truck that we put a Gosney wood-fired oven in the back of.
They're great. We're booking catering, we're booking festivals, we're booking birthdays.
Help build a vibe anywhere we are.
We started this and it's been a dream ever since.
Every season, every game, every mile. Parents make the drive. Through city streets, mountain passes, and desert roads, you get them there. The Ineos Grenadier, tough, reliable, and ready for anything. It's not just about getting from point A to point B, it's about showing up together. The Ineos Grenadier, built on purpose, ready for whatever's next.
Welcome back into West Jordan High School for tonight's matchup between the visiting Bountiful Red Hawks and the Jaguars of West Jordan High. It's an 8-9 matchup in the second round of the 5A state playoffs here in West Jordan. I'm Bryce Larson alongside Ron Weaver III, taking you through second half action between these two teams. And before we get started for half number 2, let's recap a little bit, Ron, with half number 1. It started out with Bountiful going 65 yards for a touchdown score up over the top of the West Jordan defense to make it 7-0. In fact, Bountiful got out to a 21-0 start over this West Jordan team. That's because West Jordan elected, and head coach Ron Halbert of West Jordan elected to go for it on 4th and 3 and try and get a first down instead of kick a field goal earlier on in the game. Now, later on in the second half, West Jordan did the same thing on 4th and 5, ended up scoring a touchdown on a one-handed grab by Valenzuela in the end zone. They got a turnover in the ensuing possession, got it right back, elected to kick the field goal after that to make it a 21-10 ball game. And here we are at the half with Bountiful up 21-10, Ron.
Yeah, it really honestly, it's not, the scoreboard doesn't reflect the game. Like, Bountiful is dominating this whole game for pretty much into the last, you could say, 3 minutes of the second quarter. And then they score that touchdown, as you already mentioned, and then they get the forced turnover right there inside, the opponent's 15, and then they go kick a field goal. So Bountiful's been able to move up and down the field. Besides when they've turned the football over, they have not been stopped offensively. So if you're West Jordan, you want to get the quarterback to hold on to the football, bring pressure. The running back likes to keep hitting. He already fumbled twice. So if you're West Jordan, cause turnovers. That's your second half plan. Play good defense, force them to make a play, and then they'll make a mistake. Eventually, if you're Bountiful, you got to clean up the procedural penalties. You've had 2 face mask penalties. You've also turned the ball over 3 times. You can't do that on the road, and in order to get a victory, you got to play clean football the second half.
Yeah, it's been Fecchiatoa in the backfield for Bountiful. He sat out in their last game in the round 1 win over Clearfield last weekend. That was due to a lower extremity injury. He is back and running well and running hard. The only problem that he's had tonight, Ron, a little bit of fumble issues. He's put the ball on the ground 3 times. They've lost 1 of those fumbles.
Yeah, 2 of them have gone. One where they recovered, 1 went out of bounds. So just want to clarify for the listeners and the fans. Yeah, he's got to have better ball security. Look, I think sometimes you just need to go down. You tell quarterbacks that it's good to take a sack right away or throw the ball out of bounds. Same thing with Fecchiatoa. Hey, just when you want to go for more yards, if you're going to do that, protect the ball or just go down. You don't need to fight for another inch. If it's at the goal line, sure, or for the first down, but there's no need on the 2nd and 3 to keep inching. Just go down, live to fight another day.
That's exactly right. And on the other side, we talked about the penalties. And early on in the for West Jordan, it was penalties that pushed them further and further back up the field, and they couldn't quite get that figured out until late in the second half. They need to clean up some penalties. It's a lot of pre-snap penalties. It's a lot of holding penalties. If they can clean that up here in the second half, they're going to have a good chance to fight back and maybe win this football game.
Yeah, the biggest thing for them is when they would get a good play on first or second down, or when the quarterback was scrambling or get up the field, it was brought back anytime they had a good 4 or 5 yard gain false start. Well, not false start, holding. Or then they would be in second and short, false start, then a sack. They just have not been able to get on the execution side with the boys up front. So if the boys up front can play clean football, they've proven they can move the football. They can. They just have to make sure that they stay away from the Hankies and the boys and zebras penalizing them. If they do that, then they might be able to come back into this game. But I'm excited for the second half, Bryce.
One other thing to note over on the YouTube side of things, if you want to join us on the ESPN The Fan mobile app and on our YouTube page at ESPN The Fan, you'll be able to see all of the action as you hear it if you're listening in on the 103.9 or 98.3 FM dials. A little bit of a weather update. It feels like 56 degrees out there. Official weather is 57, but it feels like 56. There's a little bit of a slight wind, 7 miles per hour to north-northwest here at the stadium, with wind gusts up to 8 miles per hour. So that's a little chilly out there as that sun has now gone down across the way over those west beautiful-looking mountains out there. We're getting you ready for second half action. So we'll see how the weather holds up for us here tonight. Beautiful clear sky night, but it is just a little bit chilly.
The best part about the box, if we need to, we can close the windows, if anything, so maybe not our other production crew. I feel bad for them. Hopefully they're bundled up. But no, Bryce, this is great. 57 degrees, being from Chicago, man. Look, that lakefront, that breeze, the wind gusts would be way more. It'd feel like it's honestly low 30s. So I'm grateful it's 57. It feels great right now.
Yeah, I mean, it started out as one of those Utah afternoons here at West Jordan High School. As the second half is getting ready to get underway, is one of those where you had to have the AC on here in the booth because that sun was hot. And then all of a sudden, that sun goes away, and it is cold, cold, cold as can be. So here we go. Bountiful lines up for the kickoff. They're going from left to right. We'll call it from left to right as we see it, and you hear it on ESPN The Fan. We appreciate you joining us there and over on the ESPN The Fan mobile app. Second half is underway between West Jordan and Bountiful. Jaguars will take it out near the 30-yard line, and a good return by Iapo will set them up with a 1st and 10.
We'll see what they do on this first play coming out. But again, I'll go back to the same keys to the game for West Jordan. Don't just pass the ball. You can run the football too.
We'll see how much they decide to do so. Cody Johnson in the backfield has been phenomenal so far tonight for the Jaguars. It will be Dunn and Johnson in the backfield. Shotgun, trip set to the right. Dunn hands it off to Johnson right up the middle. There's a host of Bountiful Redhawks there. And the man that's been all over the defensive side of the football for Bountiful, Manutia, in on the tackle. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Well, 2nd and 8 or so. Another run for Johnson right up the middle. So right out of halftime, a conceded effort for West Jordan to try and run the football here, Ron.
I think they realized that they had some success on there moving the football and that they just can't sit back and throw the football. Yes, you have to do that, but if you run the football a couple of times, keeps the defense honest. It's about keeping the defense and the safeties honest, and if you're able to run the football, you can do that. If you don't, it gives them opportunity to make you to see where you're going to be predictable a little bit more.
That'll bring up 3rd and 7. Once again in the gun, trips to the right side of the formation. Dunn back there. I believe that's Johnson off his right hip. Trying to confirm that. It's not Johnson. Dunn drops back to pass, slings it across the middle, finds his guy, and more. A great catch by Iapo for a 1st down and a gain of 45+.
What did I say? If you run the football, it keeps it honest, then you can play man-to-man the way you want to. That was the play they should have hit in the first half, Bryce. That was missed probably by the officials for a PI. They connect on it. 3rd play out of halftime.
Tried a couple of runs. Now they go play action and get the huge gain right down the middle of the field to Iapo. 1st and 10 for your West Jordan Jaguars as they're working, heading in on the 25-yard line. Now in the red zone. Dunn in the gun. Running back next to him. They will give it off to the running back. It's not Johnson.
Number 8, Scooby Talau.
That's Scooby Talau. Talau gets a couple of yards before he's bundled up.
11 now coming up for the Jaguars.
That's actually going to be a loss of 1. Excuse me. I thought he got a couple yards.
I thought he did too. I guess we had the wrong position. But look, keep running the football. Stay committed to it. Don't abandon the run.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 11. It's multiple Bountiful Braves are there for the TFL. Scooby Talau still in the backfield. We have not seen Cody Johnson out there. Now done. Quick snap and fire. Iapo on the outside gives the stiff arm as he catches it. And that is going to be good enough for another first down.
It's a great quick go. What you do is DB's playing off. You run 2 or 3 yards, throw it fast to him. He catches it and allow him to go make a play. And I feel bad for that Bountiful defensive back, Bryce. He's getting up a lot of weight and a lot of height.
1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. So technically it's still an opportunity to get a first down inside the 1 or 2 before scoring a touchdown. It'll be done in the gun. Scooby Talau off to his right, 2 wide receivers on the right side, 1 inline tight end, and a single left wide receiver. Talau with the carry up the middle. He'll get maybe 1. That'll bring up 2nd and 9.
West Jordan isn't able to run the ball, but the running back seems he's ahead of trying to take the ball from the quarterback, the handoff. But then they need to get a little bit more synced up, slow it down a little bit, because I think right now they're just not in rhythm. You need to be a little bit more fluid with those handoffs and running back exchanges.
8 minutes, 15 seconds on the official game clock here at West Jordan High School. Now 2 wide receivers set on either side. They'll take the snap, going to throw it up to the end zone, and it's going to trickle out of bounds. Did they need 10 players out there on the field? I don't think they had 11 players, Ron. There was no tight end in the formation.
Number 11, Will Smith on the coverage for the Red Hawks.
I count 11, or am I? I'm not good at math. This is why I do play-by-play in color, and I'm a journalist. I am not good at math, Bryce. No, it's 11 for West Jordan.
Okay.
Or maybe he snuck onto the field and we didn't see him. He might have snuck on late.
Unless there's a...
Yeah, he might have snuck on late, actually, because I don't think there were actually 11 guys.
Yeah,
the guy in the slot wasn't there.
It was a single receiver set, so now doubles to both sides. This time, Dunn gets hit as he throws, and a diving catch on the 1-yard line. That's number 6. Creasy with the diving catch at the 1. That will set up a new set of chains. 1st and goal for West Jordan.
That's a great catch by Creasy. Here's why. People, if you're looking on a stream, you got to look close. Great job to Zach Robinson doing that. That ball, his arm gets hit on that throw, so it deflects that pass and that throw just a little bit. It could have maybe even been intercepted, but great job by Creasy to catch that ball.
So 1st and goal for West Jordan. 21-10 our score. Bountiful leads this ball game in the 2nd round of the 5A state playoffs. It's a Region 6 team taking on a Region 4 team here in West Jordan. Under center is Dunn. He'll turn, hand it off to Talau. Met at the goal line. No signal yet. They are going to say he's short of that goal line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal.
He definitely looks short. When he got hit, he went straight down to the ground, didn't want to fight there. Look, if you're going to fight at the 1-yard line, the boys up front got to push you over. So I don't know if I'm too upset of just going down right there to live to fight another day.
Dunn will go under center once again. The jumbo package that we saw from Bountiful is out there. Now it's West Jordan running it. Dunn turns and hands it off to Talau. And once again, he's stuffed at the goal line. That'll bring up 3rd and goal.
It's just bad blocking by the offensive line. Like, take some pride up there. You're on the 1-yard line. You got to put this ball in. You can't kick a field goal on your own 1. And that means if you got to go tush push, or you got to go Josh Allen, push the quarterback over, I don't care what you got to do. But your running back can't be getting stopped on the 1-yard line. So West Jordan's got to get in the end zone here to make this a ball game.
And excuse me, that was not Talau on the carry. That was Johnson back in the backfield. He'll line back up in the backfield. Now Aaron Dunn looking over the sideline asking, what's going on here? We need the play. He'll get under center. Johnson in the backfield. They'll send a man in motion. He drops back to pass it. Scrambles out to the right. Going to try for the goal line. Is done. He's met and he'll lose a yard. That'll bring up 4th and goal. We might see a goal line stand. No, they're going to go and say, bring on that kicking team.
Well, we're in here in the booth, and I can tell that they should have run the football. That's all I'm going to say. The ball should have been ran by Johnson, and it was not. And even then, throw the ball out of bounds, Bryce. That's what I'm going to say.
So they will line up for the field goal. That was a huge stop by the Bountiful defense. Walker back on. Snap is down. Hold is good. Kick is good. And that will make it a 21-13 ball game. So with 5:28 left, Bountiful with a huge goal line stand in that scenario, Ron. And they hold very well to keep him out of the end zone.
Yes, they do. West Jordan's going to be upset about that when they go back and look at the tape because they definitely left 4 points on the board. But you got some points. Still a one-score game, a touchdown, and a two-point conversion. But you got to run the football a little bit better. Your offensive line has to block better. The worst part about that was Dunn was rolling outside. Maybe you go for it on 4th and goal at the 1, but because Dunn took that sack and lost 3 yards, that changes the play call.
We'll take this time to remind you to check out our friends at Dang Bro Pizza. Dang Brother Pizza, located right here in Utah. They specialize in catering up and down the Wasatch Front. The thing that they do, that Mack fire truck. Yeah, they've got a oven in the back of a 1988 Mack fire truck. Yeah. And they're going to be able to cater your events here this year, whether it's weddings or other events. They've done festivals up to 100,000 people before with that fire truck that they're cooking pizzas out of. It's a Neapolitan-style pizza. So check them out at dangbrotherut.com. West Jordan to kick it off from right to left as you hear it and we see it. This one will bounce before the end zone and go out of the back of the end zone from Hunt. And that is where the Bountiful Red Hawks will take over 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
I can tell you Hunt's happy about that kick. He was clapping his hands because he's still thinking about what happened on the first play of the game where they returned it to the 30.
That's right. Another play that happened was right before halftime. Murdoch had a great return. Got it about to the 30-yard line of the West Jordan Jaguars where there's a holding call. A lot of points left on the board here today. 21-13 your score. 5:27 left in the third quarter. We appreciate you joining us for some Utah High School football action between West Jordan and Bountiful. Bountiful leads in this one. They'll take the snap out of shotgun. A flag flies, and the pass thrown away. But we'll see what the penalty is. That's Malmrose who threw it away.
For the Jaguars, number 57, Matthew Boone. Penalty flag thrown.
Here comes the call. That's a sideline warning.
Sideline warning is the call.
So they're going to give the West Jordan Jaguars a sideline warning. Since it's the first sideline warning, that won't mean anything will happen there. That just means the next time they give the sideline warning, it'll be a 15-yard penalty, a personal foul on West Jordan. So that'll mean it's 2nd and 10 after that ball was thrown away by Malmrose. They line up in the gun. 2 wide receivers out to his left. Fekiyatoa in the backfield. They'll go to Fekiyatoa. He makes one man miss, maybe a gain of 2 or 3.
It's a great stop there by West Jordan, starting to tackle really well now, Bryce. See, when you get teams in 2nd and long and you keep them in 3rd and long with these good plays by your defensive line, now you're able to maybe bring a little bit of pressure if you want to on this down here.
Sione Tautai on the stop for West Jordan. That'll bring up about 3rd and 7 for Bountiful. West Jordan trying to get off the field. Bountiful's been great on the offensive side, and that started with the man in the backfield, Fekiyatoa. Now a penalty. That is going to go against Bountiful. They're going to say it was a false start on the Red Hawks.
They weren't even all the way set, Bryce, so that one, sucks because you didn't even get a chance to maybe check or change your play call. You false started before the play even happened, getting set, and now what looked to be maybe a 3rd and 7 is going to be a 3rd and 13 almost.
4:45 left on the official clock here in the third quarter. Bountiful with the 21-13 lead. in the second round of this 5A state playoff game. Both of these teams winning records this year. Melrose takes the snap and runs out left. It's caught by his wide receiver, just short of the sticks. We'll see what Bountiful elects to do here with about a 4th and 3 yards to go. And they're going to bring on the punt team here, Ron.
I think that's a smart decision. Whether it's 4th and 3, 4th and 2, unless it's like 4th and inches, you're going to push the quarterback over. And even then, you just can't take that chance here. The ball is at, about the 27-yard line. If you mess up, you give them West Jordan a short field. They have all the momentum right now. Good 3-and-out stop, actually, by the Jaguars right here.
Feller with that reception for Bountiful. Now the punt team comes on. They take the snap, rolls out right. They're going to Australian style it. Fale's back to receive. It takes a check up near the 50. Those Jaguars got to get out of the way.
Yeah. I mean, for anybody that likes college football, I mean, if you're on this station, you're obviously, a UVU or a BYU fan. If you watch that Iowa State game, a guy got blocked into a kick last time I checked over the last weekend. So you don't want to take that chance to be around that football. Get away. Poison, as they say.
So about 3:54 left here in the third. That's where West Jordan will take over just across the 50-yard line. Great field position into the Bountiful defensive portion of the field. Dunn will trot out there with this running back, Cody Johnson, next to him. Trips out to the right. We've seen this formation quite a bit. They actually run a lot out of it. We'll see if it goes to Johnson on first down. They're going to fake it to him as Dunn pulls it on the quarterback keeper. That's an innovative play on first down. Everybody, including myself, thought it was going to the running back.
Yeah, I was like running back, and then I see him pull it, but he was like 3 yards up the fence. Ooh, that was dirty. That's nasty. See, if Dunn's going to incorporate that into the game, now that's going to stretch the Bountiful defense. Everybody thought running, they bit down, and that's what I mean. You see what happens? You start running the football, you put points on the board. Now they have to stay honest, and now you can start doing it. If he's able to start doing read option, Bryce, Bountiful might be in a little bit of trouble.
That's a gain of 7 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 3. Trips out to the right once again. Johnson will get the handoff from Dunn. He goes right up the middle as he slashes it. Those tackles and into the end zone. Touchdown. West Jordan, Cody Johnson. And just like that, the West Jordan Jaguars are right back in this football game.
What a play call. See, this is why trust run the football. Oh, hitting a Michael Jackson Thriller on the dance. So surprised the flag didn't get thrown right there, on that shout out because it's Halloween. Everybody love the celebration. But again, back to the play call. You go read option the first time, and then you give it to the running back. He goes right up the middle through the heart of the defense and breaks it off for a touchdown. Now you're a 2-point conversion away from tying this ball game.
21-19 the score. They are going to go for the 2-point conversion, chasing the points. The analytics in this situation say you wait to chase the points until the fourth quarter. So we'll see if the decision to do this pays off. As Dunn is in the gun, 2 wide receivers out to the left. Now a timeout's going to come from the sideline. We'll see if they rethink this one, Ron. But in almost every single situation, the analytics say, kick this extra point, take the point, and chase the 2 points later on.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in Ron Halbert and his staff because after the touchdown is happening and while the celebration is going on, they're pushing guys back on the sideline saying, no extra point. 2. I'm like, why are you going for 2? Like, it's still in the third quarter. You don't need to chase that. With how well you're playing offensively, you're taking all the momentum. Your defense is playing well. You just got a 3-and-out. You just had a score. There's no point to go for 2 yet. If it was 3 minutes left in the fourth, absolutely. But right now, I think that's a bad decision. I hope they come out and they kick the extra point.
Well, we'll see. They're lined up in the huddle still, so we'll see if they come out of the huddle and send that kicking team on. But I have a feeling that's probably not what we're going to see here as they draw up a 2-point play in that huddle. 3:08 left on the clock here at West Jordan High School. I want to remind you, Utah High School football brought to you by Intermountain Bobcat right here on ESPN The Fan, the title sponsor of our coverage of Utah High School football. You can check them out, located in Orem, Ogden, and Salt Lake City. They've been helping homeowners and contractors conquer their projects since 1995. They are going to go for 2, the West Jordan Jaguars, in a 21-19 ball game. They line up 2 wide receivers on both sides in the shotgun formation. Dunn is out there. Johnson off his right hip in the formation. They're looking over to the sideline. Now they'll look back, check the wristband, and get back set formation. The 2-point conversion. Dunn drops back with the snap. He's going to roll right. Now the pressure comes. He throws it to the back of the end zone off his hands. As he tried to find his guy, Dunn. It was the Dunn-to-Dunn connection, and he couldn't quite hold on to it in the back of the end zone. So 21-19, our score stays.
He was running a little bit to the left. The ball's thrown. Goes behind him on the right. Tries to make the adjustment. Can't. Again, I think you go with the analytics and you kick the extra point, and now you're down by 2. And then you kick the field goal, and then I just think in that situation, you got to kick the extra point, make it a one-score game. There was no point to be that aggressive. But this coaching staff today has been that way. They've gone for it on the 4th down twice. They didn't take points earlier. You have to think, Bryce, if they do everything, execute the right way, this game might be 24-21.
That's exactly right. Hunt's got that big leg of his. And that really makes you question the decision-making in that situation, that scenario, early on in the game. I mean, his 4th and 3. Hunt, at one point in this season, hit 44 extra points in a row. So, yeah, I mean, you look back in a couple of different scenarios, and that's what you look at in a 21-19 ball game right now, and 3:07 left to go.
Yeah, left some points on the board, but nonetheless, they're in the ball game. It's anybody's game right now.
It definitely is. So West Jordan will line it back up on the right side of the 50-yard line as we see it, and you hear it on the 103.9 and 98.3 FM dials. Hunt puts his boot into it. He'll get it to the end zone, and then he'll go out for the touchback. That's where Bountiful will take over at the 20-yard line.
The Red Hawks will take over at the 20-yard line.
So Bountiful struggled on the offensive side so far in the second half. What do you think they need to do to get back into this one?
Yeah, I know that they were running the football effectively, but I think actually what you might need to do is roll your quarterback out to the left and the right again. When he was on the move, he was very dangerous. You're having some short routes. You're completing yards about 5 or 6, yards down the field and letting them run. I think you need to get back to the short game and put your quarterback on the move and go back to the double back set.
Malmrose back in the gun, two running backs off to his right and left hip. He'll hand it off to one of them. Believe it's Fecchiatoa. No, it'll be Murdoch.
On the play, stopped by
Brooks. Number 21, Brooks on the carry.
For the Jaguars.
Fecchiatoa is on the other side of the formation. He'll get maybe 2 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 8. And on 2nd and 8, they'll come back out in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left of the formation, 2 running backs in the backfield. There's Fecchiatoa. He scampers out to the right, the left of the formation. He'll gain a couple more, which will make it 3rd down and about 5 to go.
It's just 3rd and manageable, Bryce. Fecchiatoa, I think, like I said, Bountiful's had success when you run Brooks. When you run Fecchiatoa, when you have both of them in the backfield, again, it keeps that West Jordan defense honest because they don't know when you go with a single guy, they load up the box a little bit more. It's more balanced.
So 3rd and 5 for the Red Hawks of Bountiful. Up 21-19 as we approach and get under the 2-minute mark in the 3rd quarter. Malmrose will drop back. He slings it across the middle, and 2 West Jordan Jaguars are there to break it up.
For number 6,
that was intended for number 5, Mertz on the far side, the tight end. He couldn't quite gather it in as 2 Jaguars were there to make the play.
Well, a play by Creasy, making sure he's creasing. They don't crease the seam right there. He makes a great catch at the 1 and then has the pass break up there. Tough break for Bountiful.
So it'll be Fale back deep to receive the punt on 4th and 5. Now flags fly. It'll be a pre-snap procedural penalty, and it's going to be a false start on Bountiful. So things have completely flipped on its head here. That was what we saw in the first half with West Jordan. Now we're seeing all of these penalties go against Bountiful, and all the mistakes are starting to stack up.
Yeah, the 3rd quarter is really not been Bountiful's quarter. They've had procedure penalties. 3rd out, they haven't executed, almost got away with the turnover. Oh, they're saying, it's going to be on the Jaguars. Oh, it's going to give a 1st down.
Yeah, initially that far line judge came flying in and said, no, that's a false start. They did switch it up. I think they're going to get him for simulating the snap count. That's something they changed up in college football this year. You can see West Jordan players pleading their case, saying, hey, I was just standing up there, moving side to side at the line of scrimmage, but you can't simulate the snap count. So it'll be a fresh set of downs for Bountiful instead of a 4th and 5. Now the snap, play action rolls out right. Looking for a man downfield. He's going to tuck it and run, get out past the 40-yard line, does Malrose, before he's escorted out of bounds and gets a good gain for about 10 or 11 for a new fresh set of downs.
Hope that coach or parent that just fell down and got knocked down is okay. You had like the entire Jaguars bench helping him up right there, and they're surrounding him. I hope he's okay. He took a hard hit right there from the quarterback. Got to be careful on these sidelines when players are coming.
Yeah, you got to watch out. That's a fresh set of downs, and this game has once again swung due to a penalty. Bountiful now hands it off out of the gun to Fekitoa, who scampers out to the left. Gain of about 13 for another fresh set of downs. So Bountiful, with a new life and a new opportunity, they're trying to take advantage of it.
You always tell yourself on the sideline, Bryce, you played, I played. We just need one. Give us one chance. Give us one moment. We just need one play to go our way. And that flag was what did it. That was a simulate. They did simulate the snap count.
Timeout.
And what happened was that gave Bountiful a first set of downs and is allowing now this offense that's good at running the football with Fekitoa off tackle to break big runs off. West Virginia, they're going to look back at the tape and be upset about that one too.
Come on, Jaguar fans.
1st and 10 for Bountiful. With the new fresh set of downs, once again in the shotgun. Fekitoa next to Malmrose. Take the snap. They'll hand it off to Fekitoa. He makes a man miss on the spin move, gets out near the sticks. They're going to mark him right at the line to gain, and they're going to give him the first down with momentum. So another first down off the penalty, and Bountiful is moving this football.
I'm honestly maybe upset that I didn't play running back in high school, right? Because Fekitoa ducks 2 defensive linemen, goes underneath, hops and spins, and goes for a first down, and he's only 5'9".
As we push under the 30-second mark here in the third quarter, 21-19 our score in favor of Bountiful over West Jordan. Bountiful now back to pass. Malmrose finds his guy, big man, tight end across the middle for the first down and more. That's number 27 with the grab across the middle.
By 0, Anthony Foley moves the game, red off first down.
Vunipola with the reception and the first down for the Red Hawks.
It's a great play call, Bryce, to get it to Vunipola, the 6'3", 235 tight end there.
Now Malmrose takes the high snap. He's going to scamper on the option to the left. He gets dragged down after about a gain of 3. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter here, Ron. Wow, 21-19, Bountiful driving down the field. You're listening to Utah High School football in the 5A state playoffs right here on 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan.
When the going gets tough, the tough are already up and going. Because when the only way is through, you go boldly into the task at hand. With the right tool to accomplish the improbable. More muscle, more hustle, more accomplished. To you, it's just another Tuesday. Because if you have the will, we have the way. Accomplish more with a Bobcat loader or excavator.
I feel like nobody does pizza like we do pizza.
We started making pizza out of our wood fire oven, back of a fire truck. It seems like that's what everyone needs.
Welcome back into West Jordan High School. 21-10, our score right here. As Bountiful leads over West Jordan. Bountiful, the number 9 seed, the lower seeded team, coming into tonight. West Jordan, the 8 seed, the home team in the 5A state playoffs, the second round of the 5A state playoffs. We appreciate you joining us. I'm Bryce Larson alongside Ron Weaver III. And Ron, Bountiful is driving at this moment.
Trying to put some points back on the board. Didn't score anything in that third quarter, Bryce.
Now they're back in the gun. 2 wide receivers out to the right, a tight end in. It's Fekitoa on the carry right up the middle. Host of Jaguars are there to make the tackle. He's going to gain maybe 2 or 3.
It's a good time to bring pressure, Bryce. They brought pressure on that tight end pass, and they just missed on it. When you bring all your linebackers, you're telling your short DB to play man-to-man coverage on a 6'3", 230 tight end, and it didn't work out. That time they bring pressure, but from the corner blitz this time, and they're able to hold them to a short game.
West Jordan had it at 4th and 5 earlier in this drive. They simulated the snap count of Bountiful, gave them a fresh set of downs. They've taken advantage of it so far. 4 straight first down conversions on this drive. Looking for a 5th. 3rd and 5. Malmrose takes the snap. He'll roll out after the play action fake. He's going to take it himself, scampering up the middle. He's going to get close. Might be a yard short of the first down marker.
It's going to be close, Bryce.
The Bountiful sideline holds their breath. It will be short by a yard. And it's going to be maybe 2 yards. 4th and 2. And Bountiful's going to leave the offense out there. Up 21-19, 4th and 2. A huge moment in the 4th quarter of this playoff football game. Everyone is on their feet in this stadium. The crowd get behind their defense. Malmrose changes the play at the line of scrimmage. Fekitoa gets the handoff. He's going to scamper out right. He has the first down and more into the end zone for a touchdown. On 4th and 2, Bountiful scores.
There's nothing more heartbreaking than holding the team to 4th down. You load up everything in the box, they run the ball, and you can't make the tackle. He stiffs arm a guy, Bryce. He already had the first down. They don't make another tackle, miss another, and then he goes all the way to the end zone. What a run by Fekitoa right there to put Bountiful up.
Who else but the man of the year who they've called on time and time again in Fekitoa scores that touchdown to make it a 27-19 ball game. PAT pending. Snaps good, hold not good, and it's botched. No good on the PAT, so it'll stay 27-19.
Bad snap. He fumbled it, the holder, and then try to get up, and then he kicks the ball. The kick does get off, but it's blocked. All they have to do is put their hands up because it wasn't very high. So this is still a 1-score ball game after that touchdown by Bountiful. So if you're Bountiful, you're happy you put points up, but you're irritated because this still now is a 1-score game. It's not a 2-score.
And you got to think, Ron, West Jordan kicks the PAT on the last possession. It's a 7-point ball game.
It's a touchdown game. Or look, if you do that, you take the field goal earlier. You got 23, and it's 23-27. So look, I know SG's gonna go back, look at the tape, and be like, okay, play callings didn't go the best. We didn't execute some things, but you're still in this ball game. Only 1 score, and then just to the touchdown run. If you're West Jordan, you got to execute better. What does Bountiful like to do with Fekitoa? Run off tackle. They like to go outside zone with that. So that's something they have to get better at doing. I would have put all of the corners on the outside and forced them to run up the middle and make a play, because once you give him the edge to Bryce and he gets a step, he's gone. Meeting between the 2 coaches now at midfield.
Yeah, I wonder what this is about. We saw this with Granger and West Jordan a couple of weeks ago on that game that we called right here at West Jordan, but that was due to the 2 teams getting into too many scuffles here at West Jordan High School. But I've not seen anything crazy going on. It does seem like Bountiful head coach Jason Freckleton has a lot to say to that referee crew. They shook hands at midfield.
Ron Halbert had on to the Bountiful's head coach a little bit longer. And had something extra to say.
Yeah, we saw this happen in the Granger West Jordan game. Both coaches are going to go back to their teams and explain what's going on.
Bryson, you're just as confused as I am. I know the game's been physical, maybe a little chippy with other players. I haven't seen anybody get into it though.
No, there was no fighting, maybe some back and forth, maybe some smack talk, maybe some words to be said, but now the officiating crew gathered up at midfield. They're all shaking hands. What's going on here?
I have no idea. Like, they can't end the game. It's 10 minutes and 15 seconds left.
Okay, now they break the huddle at midfield. Both teams are going to come out back onto the field. Okay, that was a little worrisome. We did see a Utah high school football game down at Bishop Gorman between Lone Peak and Bishop Gorman get canceled
because
in
of
the
that.
third quarter because of fighting. That's Nevada State rules.
Yes.
Down in Las Vegas. That's not what's happening here. Maybe just a warning to both teams here that was issued by the reffing crew. Now Bountiful set to kick things off. I think there might have been a little back and forth, maybe some smack talk that they wanted to put to bed as soon as they could. Bountiful kicks it off. It's a short squib. West Jordan's able to corral it across the 20-yard line, and he'll get taken down just about at the 20.
Just trying to ask, some people around us, some sources. I think the consensus was just to make sure there's good sportsmanship as the game has gotten closer in the fourth quarter and more physical and chippy. They just don't want anything to break out because these playoff games can get high emotional towards the end because there's a lot going on.
Well, we'll see how this one turns out. Approaching the 10-minute mark here in the fourth quarter of play. 27-19 our score. Bountiful with the lead. West Jordan with the football. They need points on the board, down 8 here at West Jordan High School. Dunn in the shotgun, trips out to his left. He's going to hand it off to Cody Johnson, who goes up the middle and meets a host of Bountiful Redhawks.
And that late hit by number 53 on the Bountiful 78 players, exactly what they were just talking about. Don't get into those type of things.
This one is chippy. Tia, among many other Redhawks, in on the tackle. The clock will continue to tick down to about 9:40 and counting. West Jordan comes back out in a double wide receiver set. 2 wide receivers to both sides. And a running back in the backfield. Dunn in the shotgun. That running back to his left. Dunn will take the snap, drop back to pass. Now the pressure comes. He tries to avoid it, spins around, and finds his way out of the pocket. He's going to throw it away wisely. As he learned from earlier in that game, they're going to say he got it out of bounds and beyond the line of scrimmage. No intentional grounding.
Yeah, it's a good scramble to get the ball, to get away from the pressure and throw it. He's got to not spin. It's like Kyler Murray. He's spinning left into it. Sometimes you just need to roll once and run away and then throw the ball out of bounds, not roll backwards, because when you roll backwards, pressure could be there, and then you have to go up and you're sacked.
Now about 9:15 on that clock as it stops for the incomplete pass. That'll bring up 3rd and about 8 for West Jordan on their own 25-yard line. Dunn in the gun. Trips to the left. He'll look to the trip side. He flings it for a first down and more. He's got his guy. A 15-yard gain for West Jordan on 3rd down. That's a Dunn-to-Dunn connection.
Yeah, that done-and-done connection's been working all game, Bryce. And again, he finds a soft spot in that zone that they're playing out there in that little cover 3, hits his man right away, and they convert the 3rd down.
Tyson Dunn moves the chains and keeps that clock rolling in an 8-point ball game. So West Jordan with a fresh set of downs out across their own 40-yard line, looking across the 50. So we get to about 8:45 on the clock. 2 wide receivers to either side, 1 running back in the backfield. It'll be hand to the running back, Scooby Talau. Talau makes a man miss and gains about 2.
This game is definitely getting a lot more physical. People are finishing harder tackles, taking people to the ground. I see why the officials had that meeting. This game has gotten a lot more chippy, Bryce, the last 2 minutes.
Now the Jaguars looking to the sideline, trying to get the play call from the offensive coordinator and head coach Ron Halbert. Mentioned in his 5th year, 33 career wins. On the other side, by the way, Jason Freckleton just surpassed the 50-win mark in his career. 51 wins after that playoff win last week. Dunn drops back to pass, looking for a guy. Now the pressure comes. He'll throw it to the sideline, finds his guy. That's Valenzuela with the catch near the sticks. They're going to give him the first down.
What a catch by Valenzuela. He might be a little bit short from my angle, but we'll see what they do. But what a play by Dunn to get outside the pocket and get the pass off. And Valenzuela, he's nothing new to this. He likes to make tough catches, Bryce.
And unfortunately, Valenzuela is down on the ground on the West Jordan sideline. Got twisted around and pulled down to the ground after that catch. So they're going to take a timeout here to check on him and make sure that he's okay.
Yeah, he got folded on that play. You never like to see a guy get folded on a tackle when he's catching it back. There's a lot that can be caught, twisted, pulled. It's not an ideal situation. The human body can only be so flexible.
Valenzuela had that phenomenal one-handed catch down in the end zone for West Jordan earlier on to bring them back into this ball game. That was on a 4th down play. He went up and just snagged it Odell Beckham Jr. style out of the sky.
Looks like he's up on the sideline walking. He got rolled up on.
Yeah, he's limping badly. So we'll check back in and see if he joins his team out on the field. Trips once again out to the left side. It's actually an inline tight end off the line of scrimmage. But either way, 3 receivers out to the left. Johnson in the backfield next to Dunn. 1 wide receiver to the bottom of your screen. It'll be a quarterback keeper right up the middle. There goes Dunn. Out near the sticks, gets pulled down near the 40 of Bountiful, about 2 yards short of the first down marker.
That's a great run right there to fight off the first initial tackle opportunity at the line of scrimmage, and then to get to a 2nd and short. I love the play calling from West Jordan in the second half. I feel like they've been very balanced. I feel like they've been able to move the ball at will the way they want, and right now they're marching down the field.
Under 7 minutes, that clock ticks here in the 4th quarter. 27-19 our score. Bountiful up on West Jordan at West Jordan High School. It's a 9-8 matchup here in the 5A second round of the state playoffs. Dunn takes the snap out of the shotgun. He'll throw it across the middle, finds his guy, and more. 13, 14, 15-yard gain for the West Jordan Jaguars.
Yeah, he found Giles on that play. That's a great play call. Fake the screen. You turn like you're going to throw it. Get the DBs and safeties to slow down a little bit, then hit the guy down the field.
West Jordan down by 8 points. Matriculating the ball down the field, and Aaron Dunn has been phenomenal on this drive. See if he continues to be able to make plays. Dunn takes the snap, looks for his man over the middle, has a guy, but it gets knocked away. What a defensive play. Number 16. That's Tidwell on the pass breakup. And a phenomenal job by that Bountiful defense.
What a play by Mason Tidwell. I mean, to give up, outside leverage, let the guy behind you, and to jump and get the swat away. And then, honestly, Dunn had a couple options on it. He had a couple of routes he could have thrown to. Goes for the deepest one, and then you got to give Bountiful credit for credit too. That's a great pass breakup.
Now, a player had to come off the field for West Jordan. That's number 58, Tavita, for at least one play. His helmet came off. So Tavita exits. He's replaced. This big offensive lineman down there. 2nd and 10. Dunn in the shotgun. 6 minutes and 8 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. West Jordan down 8, and a timeout's going to be taken by West Jordan.
I can tell you, Ron Halbert not happy with that. He's screaming on the sideline, Bryce.
Yeah, Ron Halbert came flying down the sideline. Wanted that timeout. Believe that leaves just 1 timeout left for West Jordan with 6 minutes left on the clock here. Ron.
It's not ideal. That's the reason why he's upset is because he already had to burn one, right? And then he's got 2 left. So maybe if you score and you don't convert the 2-point conversion, you're able to stop him and stop the clock. Now you're down to 1. That makes that situation a lot difficult because Bountiful can kill the clock. I understand the frustration.
Well, if you're just joining us, this is second round action of Utah high school football, the playoffs and the state playoffs here at West Jordan High School. An 8-9 matchup between the two schools. West Jordan, the home team, the 8 seed. Bountiful, the visiting team, in the 9 seed. Bountiful's coming off of a win last week against Clearfield. West Jordan had the bye, and they waited for Bountiful. But it's been Bountiful with the lead for this entire football game. They started off with a 65-yard touchdown pass up over the top. Actually got out to a 21-0 lead. And then West Jordan stormed all the way back to make it a 21-19 ball game. Bountiful just scored the last touchdown. Now West Jordan trying to answer. The pass from Dunn, a wide open wide receiver on the far side of the field. He gets beyond the first down marker and more, down to the 10-yard line, and a fresh set of downs for the Jaguars.
It's going to be close to a 1st and goal. We'll see what happens, but it's a great play call. You flush everybody out, sneak the guy to the backfield, and he's got plenty of room to run right there, and it's a 1st down for the Jaguars.
They'll reset the chains and restart the clock. Under 6 minutes we go in this ball game. West Jordan knocking on the door, down by 8. They're the home team. Been trailing all night long to these Bountiful Redhawks. Dunn back in the gun on the far left hash. One wide receiver to his left, 2 to his right. Inline tight end up close near the line of scrimmage. Cody Johnson in the backfield. It'll be Johnson with the run. Off right tackle down to the 3-yard line before he gets stopped.
Shout out to Dunn, Bryce. That was a high snap. Almost lost that. Was able to control it, get it down to Johnson. Now they're at the 2.
They go, hurry up. Back into the gun they go. Johnson still in the backfield. Dunn claps his hands, takes the snap. Going to give it up. No, he holds on to it himself, and he's stopped short of the first of the goal line, but it will be a 1st down, as the 1st down was still available inside the 1-yard line.
Yeah, that definitely was a rougher tackle. I know that they've called the face mask. That looked like, I'm not trying to throw penalties this late, but that looked like a horse collar to drop your weight and pull a guy's shoulder pad. That's why that's illegal at the next level, because that was a dangerous tackle by that Bountiful defensive player right there.
An 8-point game, 27-19 your score. West Jordan on the 2-yard line, trying to knock on the door. Scooby Talau in the backfield with Dunn. Shotgun snap from the 2. It is Talau. Pushes his way towards the goal line. No signal. Touchdown. West Jordan. Scooby Talau into the end zone.
Give a lot of credit to Scooby Talau and offensive line. Scooby hits the hole. Initially is stopped at the 1 like before, but keeps pushing his legs, doesn't go down, goes up. His offensive lineman push him over, Bryson, and get in the end zone to make it a 1-score game now.
So now West Jordan's going to have to go for 2 as they chased the points earlier in the game. They went for 2 earlier, but did not get it as it went off Dunn's hands. Tyson Dunn in the back of the end zone. They're going to line it back up, and here we go. 27-25 with 4:23 left in this ball game. Talau the back, Dunn in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. It's going to be the quarterback keeper right up the middle, and he is stuffed. Bountiful holds. 27-25 your score with 4:23 left here in the 4th quarter.
If you're done in that situation, look, I know if you turn the ball over, they can return it back, but I would run and just jump right over the top and lean over. If the ball comes out, the ball comes out, but it doesn't matter. Once the ball breaks a plane, it counts. So if I was done in that situation with the ball at the 1, I'd actually not try to sneak in behind. I'd have jumped right over the top and stretched my arms out. But again, there's a lot going on. You're in the moment. Yeah.
That begs the question as you look back at the decisions made in this game. Head coach Ron Halbert earlier on decided and elected not to kick the field goal in the very first possession of the game. Ended up not getting the 1st down in field goal territory. Later on in the game, decides to go for it early on in the 3rd quarter down here on the other side of the field. They do not get the 2-point conversion there. So they're chasing points. Bountiful misses the extra point, the PAT, which keeps it to an 8-point game. Now they're forced to go for 2 because of those decisions here, and it doesn't pay off.
Yeah, this is where I always talk about you got to be smart and go with the analytics when it matters in the 4th quarter, not now. If you take the 4 points left on the board, you're up now, 29-27, and Bountiful, who doesn't look like their field goal kicker is the best, has to kick a field goal and go the length of the field with 4 minutes. Instead, you only have 1 timeout. You had to burn a second. Now you got to stop and get the ball back and go down the field potentially with no timeouts.
That's exactly right. Just 1 timeout for West Jordan. See if they can get the stop. 4:23 on the clock. They're lining up to kick this thing off back to Bountiful with 4:23 left in the fourth quarter. Bountiful a 27-25 lead. I'm Bryce Larson alongside Ron Weaver III. Appreciate you joining us on 103.9 and 98.3 FM across the state of Utah. Also streaming live to the YouTube page and the ESPN The Fan mobile app. This one kicked deep. That's where Bountiful will receive it off the 5-yard line. Huge gaping hole up the middle. Makes a man miss out to the 30-yard line. And across the 30-yard line are the Bountiful Redhawks.
Coach was talking to him before to see if he could kick it out of the end zone. I know he tried his best right there. It didn't work out, but shout out to the tacklers because Bryce, if he hits that lane and they don't bring him down, he's off to the races. So you got an opportunity now to go stop him and get the ball back. So you're giving yourself a chance here potentially. But Bountiful could ice the game right here.
A massive, massive tackle, and we'll see what Bountiful could do. This is a team that runs the football so well. With Fekitoa in the backfield, we'll see if they go to him. It was a struggle early on to get first downs. It was also a penalty on 4th and 5, a simulating the snap penalty that allowed Bountiful to reset the downs. And then they drove down and scored a touchdown. So we'll see what happens here on their next drive. Fekitoa gets the handoff outright, makes a guy miss, but there's multiple Jaguars there to limit the damage to about 3 yards.
Yeah. Good job of getting at a guy. He's going to bounce it outside tackle. He likes to get outside the tackle and stretch the field on the ends. You got to contain the edges and force them up the middle because the minute he sees he's going to try to juke outside. If you can contain him, you have a shot to get the ball back here if you're West Jordan.
So the clock will tick under 4 minutes to play. Official clock, remember, our clock and the official clock not quite synced up. It's ticking down under 3:43 at the moment, so a couple seconds off over on the YouTube stream. Bountiful takes the snap. They're going to hand it off to Fekitoa once again, and he's dropped for a loss.
It's like they heard what I said in the box, Bryce. When they run Fekitoa, they're not going to run him through the through the guards. And in the center, they're going to run him off tackle. And that time they loaded the outside edges, and they made sure that he didn't beat him outside.
Mawala was there along with Sione Tautai on the stop for the Jags. Clock continues to run. 3:08 and counting here at West Jordan High School. They need a stop desperately. 3rd and 8 to go for Bountiful. Malmrose in the gun. Fekitoa to his right. 2 wide receivers to the left. He takes the snap, looks to the right, fires it towards the sticks. It's caught, and a first down for the Redhawks. A great toe-tapping catch on the far sideline.
Hey, that's good in the NFL, Bryce. That's number 16 for Bountiful.
Mason Tidwell with the catch.
He's got to be careful here, Tidwell. He caught the pass, Bryce, but then stood over the West Jordan defender. Luckily, it wasn't too long. You don't want to take any unsportsmanlike penalties this late in the ballgame.
A huge first down for Bountiful. West Jordan only has 1 timeout to be able to stop the clock. If they choose to continue to run it, you got to think the next couple of snaps are going to Fekitoa, who has also had fumbling issues today. There's Fekitoa, gets met in the backfield, but breaks the tackle, breaks another tackle out past the 40-yard line and more. A flag flies. Fekitoa to the end zone, but this one might come back. A penalty flag behind the play, and it might be a hold on Bountiful. We'll wait and see.
That flag was thrown immediately once he broke the line. The linesman judge did not wait, so we're going to find out momentarily. But if it's on West Virginia, Bountiful just iced the game, but I don't think so, Bryce.
The white cap and the line judge come together to have a conversation about it as both teams walk back towards the original line of scrimmage. Now another referee comes in and says, hold on, we're not moving just yet. We got to figure out what this penalty was.
Bountiful thinks they have a touchdown.
This is a long discussion, and if they wave this thing off, it will be a Bountiful touchdown.
Could you imagine if this touchdown stands? There's going to be erupt the entire sideline for Bountiful has their hands up for a touchdown.
More conversation is happening between this reffing crew as they now send both teams to the sidelines. They're trying to figure out what this call is going to be. 2:38 on the official clock. 27-25 is our score in favor of Bountiful, who just scored a touchdown. They're trying to figure out what this flag is all about. Now the head Whitecap comes to the sideline.
They're talking to the Bountiful coach, but it looks like it's on West Jordan because they went over to the coach to ask, what do you want to do with this? And the sideline started celebrating. The other coach was there and ran back to the other people. So it looks like this is on West Jordan.
Well, we'll see, because Ron Halbert is giving a stern talking to the head official here. It's a long conversation.
He's not happy, I can tell you that.
Swear it'd pay to be able to read some lips.
We had to pick out of our group our team, who's the lip reader on ESPN The Fan. It's not me.
2:38 left here in the fourth quarter. This is a massive call. They're walking both teams back towards the goal line. I think this touchdown's going to stand. Waiting the official call, and here it comes. The touchdown is good. There is a personal foul against West Jordan. A player has been ejected. So that's what was taking so long with the discussion. They had to decide whether or not a player was going to be ejected. And it looks like number 21, Wolfgram, comes trotting off the field. So whatever happened, it was a personal foul. He takes his helmet off and heads to the sideline, does Wolfgram.
I never like to speculate, Bryce, but the only thing I can think of that gets you kicked out of the game is if you threw a punch. So he might own that play of getting blocked and trying to block, might have thrown a punch, and that gets you tossed.
So that's what the long conversation was all about. Now flags are going to fly. This one's going to go against West Jordan again. Neutral zone infraction against the defense. And now another flag flies. This is probably going to be another personal foul penalty. Remember, both teams were warned. Both teams were warned at midfield. Both coaching staffs came together at midfield. And they were warned and told not to say much, to keep it down, keep the sportsmanship up. And right after that penalty was thrown, another flag comes in after the fact, and this one's going to go against West Jordan. Wow, chaos in the last 2.5 minutes here at West Jordan High School.
I know Bountiful's about to go up, and West Virginia's upset that they gave up the touchdown, but you can't say anything. You can't swear. You got to watch what you're saying, your emotions. I thought Zero was getting kicked out, too. They're still having a discussion. He walks back on. I mean, if they've ejected one player, they're prone to eject another.
Dead ball, personal foul goes against West Jordan. So no ejection there. I think they're going to assess it on the kickoff. So we'll reset this thing after 2 straight penalties. The score, 33-25. That's an important penalty, though, because it inches them a little bit closer. If Bountiful wants to go for 2 here, this might be the time to do it. Make it a 10-point ball game.
Strip the hearts out.
If not, make it a 9-point ball game.
I want overtime, Bryce. I want to miss bobbled snap.
Well,
it already happened.
It happened once. So the field goal unit, PAT unit for Bountiful has struggled. So if you're the head coach on the far sideline, Jason Freckleton, you've got a decision to make here. As they put it on pretty much the 1-yard line. So they're going to huddle up. Finally, we get the whistle from the head official. And it looks like Bountiful will kick the PAT. So they'll line it up. 33-25 your score. 2:38 left here in the fourth quarter. They've had a bobbled snap earlier. There's the snap. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. That makes it 34-25 with 2:38 left here in the fourth quarter at West Jordan High School. The 9-seed Bountiful takes a 9-point lead over the 8-seeded West Jordan Jaguars.
Yeah, that was a much-needed play. It looks like Feki Katoa was able to ice the game right there. It's tough to come back from 9 with 2:33. You're going to have an opportunity to go score, but then you're going to have to complete a 2-point conversion and complete an onside kick. But if they're not able to come back, that big run and go for a touchdown, a lot of chaos in between the mix, too, if you're just tuning in, of them getting settled. A player got ejected, which I haven't seen yet late in the game. And they warned both sidelines, too, about this. But it's been a great ball game. Bountiful was up, Bryce, and now West Jordan, we'll see what they do with 2:33.
Well, it's going to be a shorter kickoff due to that personal foul penalty after the play that we saw in that PAT attempt. One of multiple penalties that have hurt West Jordan so much. A lot of things going against West Jordan today that they wish they probably wish they could have cleaned up before this game, coming off of a bye week. Also, some decisions to go for it. Go for 2 down in the red zone. This would be a different ball game. Nonetheless, 34-25 our score. 2:38 on the clock. Bountiful kicks it away. It's a short one with the short field position. It'll be Fale who takes it. Inside the 5, gets out to the 20. A flag's going to fly in from the near sideline. That's going to be a face mask on Bountiful.
He threw the flag at the player.
Yeah, that thing bounced off a couple players. That was a rocket.
Man, that official needs to be in the softball league or go play some baseball. He said, "Hiya!" He hit the player. I haven't seen that.
We're talking about a 25-yard throw from the close sideline official here, Ron.
Man, what an arm. I need to get that guy's number. I add him to my team.
Sign that guy up. It is a face mask against Bountiful, so that'll actually give West Jordan some pretty good field position, about the 37-yard line.
My favorite play about the whole thing was the fans underneath. Face mask, yeah. Thank you.
You could hear them. So 2:28 on the clock. 1st and 10, West Jordan with 1 timeout remaining. They're down 9, 34-25, trying to make something happen. Dunn takes the snap, drops back, throws it to the sideline. He sells it. Tried to find his guy, Valenzuela. Good to see him back out there after he was down injured earlier in the game.
Yeah, he got rolled up on, got bent a different way. You never like to see those plays. Yeah, and that sucks. I remember a Chicago Bears player by the name of Johnny, can't remember the last name. He got folded in half and broke his back. Ooh. You hate to see those type of plays where you get folded.
Well, the good news for West Jordan is that stops the clock at 2:25. Trips out to the left of Dunn. Johnson in the backfield, the lone back. He passes it, almost picked off. It's tipped up, and a great defensive play. Number 9 for Bountiful on the defensive side. That's Willis. Almost had himself a pick 6 and took it to the house.
Oh, man, if he'd have come down with Dunn Bryce, there was nobody in front of him playing back in that safety spot. He's mad because he thought he had one. Could you imagine to put up 14 points in like a minute? That really would have iced the game.
3rd and 10 for West Jordan. They line back up in trips to the left. 1 running back, Johnson, that's in the backfield. 1 wide receiver to the short side of the field on the right hash. Dunn takes the snap. He'll drop back. Steps up to avoid the pressure. No, he's grabbed and pulled down. A sack on 3rd down. A multitude of Red Hawks in the backfield. Guess who? He's been there all night long. For Bountiful, big number 72, Mr. Tia.
Tia was in there as well as Vunipalua. They both were on the play in that stop, bringing the pressure up the middle and on the edge. And if you're West Jordan, you can only be upset with yourself. You didn't run the ball at all. You didn't go any short game. I know the clock was against you, but you just sat back and passed. And maybe you have to look at your play calling. You took 3 throwing attempts. I don't know if that was the right thing to do.
So the clock will continue to run. West Jordan does have a timeout, but they're electing not to use it. It's now ticking under 1.5 minutes to play. 4th and forever. They're going to go for it. Dunn drops back to pass. Now he scampers, feels the pressure, throws it up near the sticks. It's got it's down for West Jordan. Tracy got all alone behind the defense on 4th and 35, and they convert.
What a play by Creasy. Gets outside and heaves it. He says, I got you, bro. I got between two people. Gets both feet down. That's good in the NFL on Sundays, too.
West Jordan still alive with 1 minute, 22 seconds left. They're down by 9. They're going to need some more magic. One timeout remaining. They need to score, get a 2-point conversion, and an onside kick. Can they do it? Dunn takes the snap, looks to the trip side to the left, throws it far out there. He's wide open. Another first down. Out across the 30-yard line going in. What was Bountiful doing on 4th and forever?
Don't know. You get lost in the sauce. You can't lose guys. When you're that deep, you got to play man coverage. Play behind them so you can come in and make the pass breakup. You can't lose a guy on 4th and long like that, Bryce, because now you're in a situation West Jordan has a shot here, and it's all because they gave up that 4th down.
The clock stopped as he ran out of bounds here in the 4th quarter. 1:18 to go. West Jordan with a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 30 going in. 34-25, Bountiful with the lead. West Jordan drops back. Dunn had his guy, Cody Johnson, wide open on the screen pass, and he sailed it.
Bad execution by Dunn. You can't get under pressure right there. It's a screen pass. You might have to take a heavy shot. It's the playoffs. Stand in the pocket, deliver the pass. You had one cornerback and 2 linemen. That play's going to the house if he executes that pass.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. A stopped clock right at 1:15 here in the 4th. Seems improbable, but there's time left and a timeout left on the clock for West Jordan. Trips out to the right. Dunn in the gun. Johnson to his right in the backfield. Dunn takes the snap. He'll drop back to pass. Looks the trips way. Now the pressure comes. Steps up, flings it to the end zone. Has a man. Oh, he overthrew him in the back of the end zone. He was looking for Tyson Dunn in the back of the end zone and couldn't quite find him.
Don't mind that throw right there, but you got to put a money throw on. He's been cooking a lot of those throws. He's missed a lot of them. He's got a big arm, but you want to hit that one because, man, this place have erupted if you make that pass.
And with 1:10 left, you save a lot of time on that clock. Clock is stopped. 3rd and 10 on the Bountiful 30 going in. West Jordan knocking on the door. Back in the gun, trips to the right. Dunn takes the snap, looks to the trip side, steps up in the pocket, fires it to the back pylon of the end zone. The front pylon. Goes out of bounds, but there's a flag. A late flag is thrown. They're going to call pass interference on the defense. This is going to be a fresh set of downs for West Jordan. What did you think there?
No, I thought the ball was completely uncatchable out of bounds, and it was a bad throw by Dunn. Get the first down or run for it and then move the sticks. Maybe it's the makeup for the pass interference that should have been called there, but that's a crucial flag, and Bountiful number 10 is not happy because it wasn't. The ball wasn't catchable, and that extends the game a little bit. Bad play by the official there.
That was Murdoch on the coverage. You can understand why he is beside himself. That ball was 6 yards out of bounds down the sideline. There's no chance at it being caught at all. It's going to be a fresh set of downs for West Jordan.
The only person that could have caught that was Mr. Fantastic.
1:05 seconds. Back in the gun. Trips to the right. Now a timeout comes in for the Bountiful sideline. Their first of the half.
That actually helps West Jordan, in my opinion. I think the timeout helps them. It allows you to reset. You're at the 15. Hey, let's make sure you get the play right. I think it helps you in being able to execute your offensive play here.
That also allows us to reset. Just got word that West won their playoff game as they move on. So the winner of this game will take on the number 1 seed West. We'll take a look at the bracket. Let's throw the bracket up there and take a look at that. There you go. West took down Northridge earlier this afternoon. So the winner next week will head to West. So we'll see how this one ends. It looks like Bountiful has a legitimate chance at closing this one out. But, we've seen crazier things.
We've seen crazier things indeed.
34-25 your score. 1:03 left here in the 4th quarter at West Jordan High School. I'm Bryce Larson. That is Ron Weaver III. Taking you through the final minute of action here in West Jordan. It's been a crazy game.
Has been a crazy game. Missed PATs, forced fumbles, near miss interceptions, running back touchdowns for over 40 yards. It's been a good ball game.
Now Dunn will take the snap. 1st and 10. Looks to the end zone. Now trails to his left. Finds a guy in the back. No signal. Touchdown. West Jordan. 59 seconds left on the clock. And the Jags have life. 34-31 the score. You got to think they'll go for the PAT here. Try and make it a 2-point ball game. Set up the onside kick and see if they can't get into PAT range or field goal range.
Call Mr. Venezuela Devontae Adams or somebody. Man, he's made 2 tough touchdown catches, Bryce. That touchdown was to him. Again, go right, go left, throw it up. Go ahead. Venezuela's down there somewhere. He's going to catch the ball for you. He did it again, Bryce.
He had a one-handed grab on a 4th down play, did Valenzuela earlier in this football game. By the way, Hunt makes it a 2-point ball game with 50 seconds left. We'll see if they opt to go with the onside kick. You pretty much have to here.
You have no choice,
with just one timeout left. Listen, this thing's not over.
No.
Hunt has an incredible leg. If they get this onside kick, they're 1 or 2 plays with a timeout remaining from getting into field goal range with Hunt's leg. He is an incredible kicker, and their operation has been phenomenal this year, Ron.
If you get that ball somewhere between the 47 and 45-yard line, you can run 2 or 3 plays with a timeout and set yourself up for the win. And again, how fitting is that? The first scoring touchdown of the game, Valenzuela. Last scoring touchdown of the game, Valenzuela. 2 tough catches.
So good to see him back in the game after he went out with an injury, was limping on the sidelines. Great to see him get back in, make a huge play. Bountiful lines up their front linesmen across the entire front. Hunt gets ready to boot it away. Here it comes. Now a timeout flies in from the far sideline. And probably a good one because that just gave up what West Jordan was going to do. Hunt still kicked the ball. After that timeout flew in, they just gave away what they were up to. They were kicking it right up the middle of the formation. Now they're going to have to switch it up. What a timeout on that far sideline by head coach Jason Freckleton of Bountiful.
Now, if you're West Jordan, what do you do? As I sit back and I thought, where could you kick it? I mean, Hunt's got a good leg. You don't want him to kick it out of bounds. But do you switch it up? Do you, instead of kicking it right down the middle, do you kick it to an open part of the field and put air, and tell your guys go get it? Because once it bounces and crosses 10 yards, it's good. So do you tell them to do that? Because right now, it looks like they're all huddling up. They're going to protect that middle now.
We'll see if that is the case. You might see the old Baltimore chop, essentially, where you can pound it into the turf, try and get it up over that front line. But now Bountiful has brought the second line just about 5-10 yards off of the first line. So they're ready for that. Might have to go a little bit deeper. Yeah, there's nobody back deep on the far right side. Here we go. Hunt approaches. They're going to squib it to the far side. It gets touched. Did they touch it too early? West Jordan recovers. The squibber. But did they touch it too early? That thing took a weird bounce. Did it get kicked?
They're having that discussion. It looked like he got kicked, and it looked like it bounced and hit the Bountiful player, and that's why they fell on it, but they're discussing it. Not yet. We haven't got an answer.
2 questions. Did it go beyond the 10 yards, and was it touched before West Jordan was able to recover it? They are going to give it to West Jordan.
What a bounce.
It was the old spiraling onside kick. And West Jordan gets the onside kick with 58 seconds left on the clock in a 2-point ball game and the chance to get into field goal position for the phenomenal kicker in Hunt to try and end this one on a game-winning field goal at the 49-yard line is where the West Jordan Jaguars take over, already in Bountiful zone. Dunn takes the snap and he's sacked. They brought the blitz. The clock is running. No timeout being called. Do they have a timeout? We show that they have a timeout. They're not using the timeout. The board shows they have the timeout. Now they take the snap. Another blitz comes, and it's another sack for Bountiful.
This is a meltdown by West Jordan. Call the timeout, reset. This is bad play calling. Ron Halbert needs to get his team reset. You allowed 2 bad sacks.
Bountiful brought 2 consecutive blitz in the A gap. It results in 2 straight sacks. They go from the 49 of the Bountiful Redhawks all the way back to their own 34-yard line. They finally take the timeout with 31 seconds left. And West Jordan is in trouble on 3rd and forever.
Look, I hate to say this, but that's piss poor execution. Like, you can't, after you take the first sack, you got to call the timeout. And the quarterback signal, by the way, Dunn's looking at the sideline saying, hey, timeout, take it, because he understands, hey, I just took a sack. Totally understandable. But to snap that ball again, and they're bringing pressure, no outlet throw, he's looking for it. You literally just had an opportunity to win the game, and now you might have sealed the game for Bountiful.
Bountiful, the number 9 seed, coming off a win last week. West Jordan, West Jordan, the number 8 seed there at home. Coming off a bye last week. The winner of this game moves on to play the number 1 seed at West next week. Now the Bountiful sideline. The fans on the far side getting up. 31 seconds left. 3rd and 29. Dunn takes the snap. They'll throw it short. Wide open. The hook and ladder. It's dropped. It's a fumble. Bountiful recovers. The Red Hawks get it, and that'll do it. Now they can kneel on it and ice this one out. Heartbreak for West Jordan. They went with the hook and ladder.
Hook and ladder is not a bad play if you execute it right. And he threw that ball way too early. It was a bobble. You got to make sure that when he tosses that to you, you have to wrap it up with 2 hands. He didn't. It hits his hands. It falls. And at that point, and look, this is all West Jordan's fault. You took a sack on the first play. You didn't call the timeout. You snap it again. They're bringing the whole house. Like that play that just happened there, that should have happened on the first play. And for the fact that you didn't reset, you didn't call down, that's on Ron Albert. You got to calm your players down and get these boys under wraps. And you didn't execute in that moment. And then the hook and ladder, you're praying for a miracle, and then you turn it over. Credit the Bountiful in this game of recovering.
What a storm back from West Jordan. Now they'll take the knee. And that is going to do it. No timeouts left for West Jordan. As the clock ticks down, your final score from West Jordan High School, 34-32. We'll keep it right here and finish up our post-game show. But wow, oh wow, from decisions to not kick field goals to onside kicks to Bountiful bringing the blitz on those 2 straight plays and getting 2 straight sacks and winning this football game on the defensive side.
Yeah, that might be the story of the day, is that West Jordan recovers the onside kick. It takes that bounce. They do recover, hits a player. Chance to walk it off with kind of great kicker. And then they controlled their own destiny and they fumbled the bag. And, man, give Bountiful credit. They stayed in this game. They did not falter. This offense struggled in the second half. West Jordan, give them credit. They turned it on. And in the end, it's the Bountiful Redhawks moving on to play West next week.
They will meet up with the number 1 seed at West High School next week. We appreciate you joining us. This has been coverage of the second round of the 5A state playoffs here at West Jordan High School. For myself, Bryce Larson, alongside my colleague Ron Weaver III, of course, Sayer Nielsen producing for us here Onside. Zach Robinson running the camera. And back in our Murdoch Santa Quinn Ford studios, down in downtown Salt Lake City. Martin Kelly, of course, on the radio production side as well. For ourselves here at West Jordan High School, we thank you for tuning in to Utah High School football, where Bountiful gets the win 34-32 over West Jordan, right here on 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan.